Good. Well, I'm glad everyone is feeling good and doing well. Hopefully, life is going to be a little less hectic for everybody. um, so, um, as much as I want to delay the cliffhanger of last time any longer, I guess we'll go ahead and just start. Um, so, last time, uh, you guys had decided to take that job to map the rest of the sewers on the other side, and we're continuing to starting to do so, while at the same time taking a few breaks and starting to investigate the various areas you had noticed strange things happening. You checked the walls that you had seen open, where you had marked and noticed a kind of almost like someone had covered up something at some point recently. And even checking the sewers on the other side, you noticed a distinct symbol and noticed a latch that could open up, that did open up a seeming passageway that was caved in. And upon trying to make it look as unnoticeable as possible that you guys had been there, you guys had also noticed that there was a bar not too nearby that also had a similar symbol. And upon kind of watching it, you did notice that some of the patrons entering didn't seem to come out at any time. So kind of getting suspicious and stuff like that. You still continued to map the sewers a little bit, and even noticed a similar symbol with a passage that opened, pretty much just opened up and seemed to go somewhere, but upon deciding to check it out later, you distinctly closed this passage and continued along your search, and then deciding to do a fake pub crawl that turned out to be slightly real, going to these different bars, and upon entering this bar that you were suspicious of a few steps into the pub crawl, you hung out there for a while, drank. You got a couple of the patrons in on it, but most of the patrons seemed to be loners, not really caring about joining your guys' festivities, including the bartender. But noticing a few little strange things, you decided that you realized that it seemed the bartender was wanting to close up and that he was last calling. And so you guys all left as a group and went to the next place. And upon kind of drinking and partying there, decided to realize that you guys were kind of done for the night. So you headed back to the tavern and fell asleep in your respective rooms, where upon waking, noticed that one party member didn't seem to come down, even late, that you kind of expected from the drinking and everything like that. And upon waiting and waiting and waiting, Goodbrand immediately becoming suspicious, running up and opening the door to Olive's room and noticing that there was no Olive and that she was not there, and immediately dropping to his knees and praying. And that's kind of where we're starting off. Goodbrand, you just kind of finished your initial just prayer. The rest of you three guys noticed Goodbrand immediately rush off. And you guys are still kind of a little bit hungover, not too bad, but just like still kind of groggy and everything like that, waking up. And you see him rush off, and you guys immediately kind of are sensing something's a little off. I don't know if you guys want to do anything or follow him or just wait to see if he comes back.
I think we seeing him like actually rushing off instead of just like walking. I think my first instinct is to follow him, see what's up. That's because it's not normal behavior.
He's probably hugging the ball.
No, I cast enough Lesser Restoration on myself and I'm fine.
Yeah, he looked like better than the rest of you guys, so.
No, I said she, the princess.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No. Initial scan of the room, does it look like there was some kind of an altercation in here?
Allow it to be perception.
Okay.
Just kind of glancing about, you're not really.
Oh wait, I don't know why I'm rolling these. Hold on. I forgot to. Well, 11 plus 6, I think, so 17.
Yeah. 17. Initial glances, I mean, it looks a little messy, but I mean, Olive doesn't keep her room immediately clean, but
I get up and I run downstairs and I grab Artis.
yeah, there doesn't seem to be a
Come with me
struggle. I
now.
will
What's
say.
up?
Used to
Now.
people cleaning up after me.
True. I
She's
know.
gone. Olive is gone. I need you to search the room. Do it now.
She's not
Get
in
to
the
the road, do
bathroom.
it now. Sorry.
Have you checked
Please.
the bathroom? Okay, I'll go take a look, but she's probably hugging a bowl. I go up to the room.
He
Okay.
goes up to the room and I rush to the bathrooms.
Okay. You rush to the bathrooms. I mean, most of the chambers do have a chamber pot, but there is a small bathroom that has a tub that is used for the patrons that also has kind of a built-in chamber pot. You kind of immediately rush over there, and the door's kind of cracked open. You can kind of peek in. You don't see anybody in there. At the
I don't
same
peek in.
time-
I just bust the door open. Like she's just open.
That's what I meant.
Oh my god.
That's what I. That's kind of what I meant. I was just
like Goodbrand is noticeably frantic.
yeah, Secret Service.
Surprise!
Get down. Artist, you kind of are looking at the room. Make an investigation check for me.
Investigation. There we go.
Yes.
22, all right?
There are two distinct things you notice. Just with your keen eye of looking around. The first thing that you notice is as you're opening the room, where the handle is and the lock that is normally that is with all these rooms, you do notice 3 distinct small scratch marks near the lock, and they look decently fresh when you look a little closer to them. Someone who it looks like someone either at least attempted or succeeded in picking this lock, and whoever they were decently good, but looks like they made a couple mistakes that you're able to keenly notice just instinctively. And then the only other thing you notice is that the kind of small blankets and stuff that are on the bed, like, you notice that there is a slightly small pattern that it's not like it's just messy. It's almost as if it's kind of bunched up and pointing towards the door, almost as if like someone was dragged and the blanket followed them for a moment before the blanket finally fell off. That's kind of the only main 2 things you notice. You don't see a trace of Ellie. You don't see any of her stuff. You see her main backpack is just laying here, but like the stuff that she carries on her person doesn't seem to be like just lying about or anything like that.
That's about the point where Goodbrand shows back up.
Yeah, because he's pretty quick about noticing those too.
Which way did they go?
I'm not a magician. I can tell you that it looks like someone's tried to pick that lock recently.
I cast
And
locate object on the ring.
How far is the range on it?
1,000 feet.
You, at the moment, you do not get a ping.
I run out of the tavern
Ooh.
and I just start running through the town
Oh my god.
in the direction
This
of
is what I
places where I
expected.
know. In the direction of the places where I know, you know, like
We've beaten before.
like the you know, like the thing. In fact, you know what I do is I run to the sewers.
Okay.
I run to the nearest sewer entrance.
Okay. That's not too far.
I don't care if anyone's following me. I run.
That's fine.
Grabs the sewer grate.
How is the other 3 doing? So, Artist, you just did that, and you see Goodbrand just immediately like mumble a prayer under his breath and then start taking off.
Effler came upstairs, didn't he?
I believe so. Yeah, I was following Goodbrand, so I'm. Yeah.
So you've kind of casually heard this conversation. You haven't really butted in. You've heard what Goodbrand said. You've walked him, run off down the hallway, come back. Artist, you heard just what Artist said, and then you just saw him take off. So I don't know.
I didn't get to finish before he ran off, but yeah, looking at the pattern here, looks like she was dragged out of bed.
I'm gonna go after him. We need to find the princess soon, and I'm gonna kind of run in the direction that
I'm
Goodbrand
gonna
ran.
say that she's.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sorry. I'm just running off. You will never finish your sentence.
I'll go
Oh.
downstairs and.
Point of order, I
go to
grabbed
find
my
the
shit.
walrus.
I had my shit on me. I was ready to
I
leave.
assume
Okay.
I assume-
I don't want this like where you didn't pick up your bag
No,
shit later.
I
'Cause
don't-
That's exactly what I would do.
I don't do that unless I specifically ask. If I'm not
Okay.
asking, did you go pick up your stuff? I assume that you grabbed it.
Yeah.
All
right.
I will try to specifically ask, but yes, I assumed that you probably had most of your stuff when you woke up and went down for breakfast, because that's kind of how you
Yeah.
guys usually do it, and that you had that with you.
So I close the door behind me.
Okay.
Go grab the rest of my stuff and then head downstairs, where hopefully Walrus still is.
I've requisitioned y'all's leftover breakfast food.
I knew exactly what was happening. I didn't have to ask. I was about to say Walrus is eating everyone's breakfast, but he called it before I did. Yeah. So you guys walk down, and Goodbrand, you barely noticed, but you're observant enough that you did notice that Walrus was kind of finishing up all the food that was on the table, and he kind of sees you rush by with food in his mouth as the other two start to come down, and you see the other two coming down while.
No one was eating it.
What was that? You had food in your mouth.
Huh? Oh, sorry, hold on. What's happening?
Looks like the princess is gone.
Gone where?
And it looks like it wasn't voluntary. So I think Goodbrand, I saw him cast a spell. I think he's trying to find her. And he's gone running out. So we've got to catch up to him because he could be running straight into an ambush.
So what you're saying is we don't have time for seconds.
That's right. We don't even have time to finish off what's left on the table here.
I'll take it with me. I'm gonna put everything in a bowl and take the bowl.
You're expert at this. You've done this plenty of times. There has been plenty of battles where you've been in the middle of eating and you said, "I'm not losing this food." So you expertly, literally, just put your hand and just go, and somehow mystically get it all into a very decently sized bowl that you just kind of tuck under your arm, and you just grab
All
your
right, let's
weapons
go.
at your side and you get them on your back, and you're like, "Yep, get it out."
So,
Oh, Goodbrand, you're rushing through the streets at the moment. I mean, it is starting to be close to the middle of the day.
I'm waiting for pings. Like, if I feel
No.
a ping, I'm going to head toward that direction.
No, I
instead,
understand,
but
and I will
yeah.
let you know. How long does it last? It lasts 10 minutes, right?
10 minutes.
Okay. You're still going, and you're still running. Kind of heading towards the sewer. You still haven't gotten a ping yet. It does take you a little bit. You can't, like, full-blown sprint. There is crowds of people that you have to avoid and dodge and run through alleys. But you're still making a very, very good pace. But the three kind of are luckily come out just enough time to see you kind of darting down the street and, like, dodging a crowd of people. So you guys at least know in the direction he's going, but he is going, you know, relatively quickly. For at least him, for sure. Some of you guys can move a little bit faster. But you know at least the direction he's heading and all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming you guys try to keep pace and follow him wherever he's rushing off to. Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily there is a sewer entrance on this level, and you didn't have to change level. So I'd say full-blown sprint, knowing where you're going, it actually only takes about 3 to 4 minutes. to get there. So I'm saying you're going to be halfway through your locate object by the time you get to the sewer entrance and start opening it.
Okay.
But you in the process of opening it with the tool, the other three catch up because it's only a few seconds. But you don't really even pay them any mind, but they get...
Do I know how far down it is?
How far down?
Like the entrance. Like is it a hole in the ground or is it like a door like the other one?
No, it is a hole with a ladder.
Okay.
But it's not an extremely far drop. I think it's like maybe 15 feet at most.
15 feet, I won't do it then. I will go quickly.
Well, I'll say
down
you
the
could
ladder
climb
then
down
instead.
5 feet and jump down because you're in a rush.
Yeah, basically.
I would assume you did that. That's fine. Because it only takes you a few seconds to do that, while the rest kind of climb down as quick as they can as you get down there. Good Brand, I want you to make an intelligence check real quick.
Okay.
I'm just curious about something. Okay. I was curious how...
I'm a smart boy.
Yeah. I was just curious to see how well you maybe have remembered the layout just inherently by going in here, which you don't really remember much.
Nope.
So, unless you want to pull up the map and actually start, like, deciding a route, if you're going to just rush around randomly, you're not going to be 100% sure where you're going. But still at the moment, you're not quite getting a ping yet. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artist is there.
Artist has just come down. So, yes.
The map. And I light up my torch. I mean, I light up my my mace.
You're
muted.
Artist, you're muted.
Artist, you're muted.
You're muted on Zoom.
Sorry about that. Okay, I pull out the map. Where are we going?
We need to cover as much ground as possible. As quickly as possible.
Artist, make an intelligence check for me.
Okie
Just want to see if you can map out the distances in your head and what's the quickest way to cover the most.
Intelligence.
It's fairly
17.
good. You make a pretty defined route of the way to go to at least get closer to the bottom of this area. So you guys kind of quickly start kind of running down the sewer. Goodbrand, you kind of still... Goodbrand is like, okay, we're gonna go this way, and he starts booking it immediately. And then you guys keep pace with him and follow him. But it is almost a full-blown sprint at this point. Whenever you guys need to turn and everything, you tell Goodbrand right before, and he just quickly almost skids like he's drifting and just continues to run. And you guys keep following him.
That's about 10 minutes, right?
I will say, right as you guys are going downwards a tunnel, Goodbrand, right as the spell is ending, you feel a distinct small ping that you feel right before the spell fades.
I cast it again.
I know you're going to cast again. That I knew, but I was just saying this is the timing of it.
Yeah.
Almost exactly straight down. Slightly off, but it's almost straight down from where you're going.
Okay, so
Oh, shit.
before I cast it again, I stop right in place. I turn to Artist and say, "We need to go down as quickly as possible. How do we get there?" You're muted again.
I pull out the map.
Quit casting
take
that spell.
good
Looking
look.
at the map, there are two quick ways. The first one is just to going down to find the tunnel that goes all the way down to the bottom area of the sewers and just jumping down it. I don't think you're planning on doing that. So the only other way is to find the two smaller ones that have the ladder attached, running to those and going down the ladder, and then going to the other one and going down the ladder. Unless you wanted to exit the sewer and go down the elevator and then come back in. Those are your two fastest ways, basically.
You're muted again.
Okay, well, can you slow down falling?
I cannot. No.
Then we need to take the ladder way. So if we go down here and then go down this ladder, that'll take us down a couple of levels, and then we come
Is that the
across here
fastest way?
to that one.
Could we climb?
Climbing would be slower and more risky.
Then let's go.
And
I
you
won't cast it yet.
I would say
I'm
you
gonna
do
wait till
know
we
it's
get
a
down to the
long enough
second level.
distance that you guys probably don't have the equipment to get
Okay.
all the way down the longer tunnel. I would say that artists with that check, you would have known that for sure.
We get to the edge of that. I look over at Artist and I'm like, you know what I'm thinking? We jump to the bush. Yeah. And then
Yeah. It's just concrete. That's why I said you probably wouldn't want to jump. All right. I will say you start going in that direction.
well, yeah.
Well, we're gonna
Running.
While you guys are running, I'm gonna talk to Ellie for a minute.
Ooh.
Assuming that she's there.
There.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. You start waking up with a throbbing headache. And you're just immediately like, ugh, what happened? And you remember getting tipsy, getting a little drunk, having the funness. But then it kind of gets a little bit fuzzy. You remember going back towards the tavern, and you remember like falling in the bed. But it's like kind of the rest around that is a little bit fuzzy. But immediately as you open your eyes, you notice it's very dark. I mean, you have dark vision,
Mm-hmm.
but it is fairly dark. The only light that seems to be coming in is through a doorway in front of you. There seems to be light coming down a hallway all the way at the end. And like as your eyes are adjusting to the dark vision, you're starting to notice that the doorway isn't quite a doorway. It's bars. And you start to slowly freak out as you realize, you look around, you're just kind of in a like small pile of like hay or like straw or something, and you look and you're noticing that you're in just a large stone room that the only thing around is the bed of hay you're in, the doorway with the iron gate, and you can see scratches on kind of some of the walls and stuff like that. Other than that, you're looking around, you immediately check your sides. Other than the clothes you're wearing, pretty much all of your equipment is gone.
Great. That's what I figured.
And as you're checking around, you kind of start to turn your arms around and like you're looking down, and you realize that actually, you don't know why it took you so long, and I slightly forgot to mention it, but you realize that you can't move your arms from behind your back. And you realize that you have less mobility than you should, and you notice that it seems to, whatever is attached to your arms seems to go down to a chain down to your legs, which has also got these shackles on it as well. But this has a little bit of a looser chain that you can at least walk around in.
Okay.
Just with limited mobility. You couldn't
Great.
run or anything like
Right.
that.
Can I make it to the barred door?
Yeah, you can. It takes you a few seconds, but yeah, you kind of
Great.
walk over there, kind of peek in. Again, you see this like stone hallway that is, again, you kind of can look, and what you can see is maybe barely what looks like a torch kind of hanging on the wall, like all the way down the hallway, that's making this little bit of light that you're seeing. But you unfortunately can't peek through enough to see too far down either the hallway. The only thing that you notice is that there must be multiple of these rooms, because you do notice that there is a little indent in the wall to your left where there's probably another barred door. So if you want to call this a cell, there's at least a couple cells.
Great. I'm gonna... I would wait around for a few minutes to see if I hear anything or notice any movement. And if I do not, I'm gonna start making as much noise as I can to try and get someone's attention. By screaming, kicking, or I guess I really can't kick the bars.
You can a little bit, but not very well.
Right.
Okay. You wait the few minutes. You don't really hear much other than the slight crackling of the torch down the hallway. It's relatively quiet, which is a little strange. So then you start making noise, you start rattling your chain, you start kicking the door, you start screaming a little bit. And after about 60 seconds, you hear kind of echo a little bit down the hallway, just, "They can't hear you this far down."
Uh, who can't hear me this far down?
People keeping you here, obviously. And you kind of see, as you're kind of looking past the door, you see what looks like a arm hand kind of reach through the bars next to you and kind of slightly like wave for a second. Like not like in a like happy-go-lucky way, but just like a "yeah, I'm over here" kind
Great.
of wave. And you just hear the voice go to the back corner, and you kind of hear like footsteps for a moment, kind of going towards what seems like the back wall.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards the back corner.
You kind of go back, and it was hard to notice, but as you kind of head back there, you realize that kind of near where the hay pile where you woke up, you kind of can start to see a little bit of what he was talking about. There seems to be two of the bricks between these two walls or rooms that seem to have just been taken out at some point. And you kind of lean down and you can see into the other room, and you can see it's very similar to the room that you have in pretty much every single way. Other than that, it's a little bit smaller. And then as soon as you kind of look through, you kind of see what looks like an older human gentleman. It's hard to tell with colors and everything, but he's got a little bit more light in his room than you do. So you kind of can see the graying hair that kind of is long and kind of makes up into a ponytail. You can see that he has scars kind of down his face and on his neck and like across some of his shoulder blades. He's kind of wearing just a very tattered, like almost peasant outfit. He kind of casually like sits down kind of nearby where he can kind of look inside the hole, and he's just like, "Yeah, they built those places deep so they don't have to hear people yelling. So unless someone's on guard, they're not gonna hear you."
Know who they are?
They are the underbelly. Best way I can describe them. They are thieves, lowlives, but they weren't always.
Why would they want to take me? Well, who are you?
Just an old man who made a mistake. That's something we could talk about another time. And I can tell why they took you.
Why do you think they took me?
Well, didn't think I'd have to spell it out, m'lady.
Huh.
I mean, the hair's a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah. Should have covered that better. But I am a little bit vain. It's a curse of mine, I suppose.
Hey, if I could have red hair nowadays, I'd probably take it.
How long have you been here?
It's hard to count the days. I'd say probably at least 8 months.
It's quite terrifying.
Ah, you won't be here that long.
No, if this gets back to my father, oof. Don't. This town is not gonna be happy.
Hmm.
Do not wish that for this town, but
No. They'll realize their mistake, or they won't, and they'll be destroyed. Either one. They crossed a line that... Well, they don't know what they crossed. Young fools.
I thought that if they know who I am, they should know who my father is, and know he does not play games.
They do, but they're brash. They
Ah,
don't... They don't understand limits. Olive, make an insight check.
Insight. Okay. Boo. Okay.
I will say you notice that the only thing that you notice is that he seems a little angrier than you would expect.
Hmm.
That's pretty much all.
Okay.
That you kind of get from what he's saying.
Do you have a name which I can call you?
I don't really go by names. But you can call me Graf.
Raph.
Graff.
Seems fitting.
I guess.
Well, I assume you have looked for ways out, so I will not even attempt
Well,
to break free.
I have looked for ways out, but without the means of getting past people, there's really not a reason to get out at the moment.
It's true.
I'm assuming you
Well.
don't have any of your equipment with you.
It seems I have nothing but my clothes. Bedclothes at that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I guess at this point she's just gonna sink down on the hay and wait. I don't know. Lean against the wall so maybe she can keep hearing Graf if he needs to talk to her.
Okay, you kind of do that, and he kind of thinks for a moment. Is it true what they say about you?
What is it that they say?
That the brash young daughter of the king is also a magic wielder?
It is true.
Hmm. You see him kind of just like look off to the side for a moment. And we will go ahead and go back to the people rushing around for a moment. At this point, I will have said that you guys have made it to the bottom of this level of the sewers. But, good brand, your ping, you're kind of getting to as close as the ping as you can get just from the tunnels of the sewers that you guys have mapped. It is still about 500 feet below you.
500 feet below me, so it's on the next level.
No, you guys are on the bottom level of the sewers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is it 500 feet directly below me?
It's like slightly at an angle, but it's pretty close to below you.
Artis. You are muted once again.
On
You
this
need to-
level, did it have any strange areas on my map that look like something could be there but isn't?
Make an intelligence check. Because you did notice that in a different area. I'm curious if you find a specific one.
Hodor.
It's kind of hard. These tunnels are a little bit more tighter knit and they're a little older. So, a little bit harder to see those kinds of blank spots that you're talking about. You guys,
I'm looking around specifically for for something that looks like that place where we reached in and pulled a
you're
lever.
good. Make a perception check then. Okay. It takes you a little bit of time to look around and investigate and try to see if you can find the areas. Artist, you get kind of close to what you think could be an area, and Goodbrand, you've been looking basically since you've figured out that you're as low as you can get and you still need to get lower. You've started to really look around for those kinds of things. You don't notice one exactly like you had before. But the one thing you do notice is kind of above one of the tunnels, you notice again a very dry hole kind of set a little bit into the ceiling, and kind of using your light and kind of adjusting it and kind of pointing it directly under, you do notice that there does seem to be, it goes up about another 5-ish feet before it almost ends flat with some kind of, looks a little odd. That's just the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trap.
If it's a trap, then that is why we brought you. Figure it out.
Gonna check it for traps first before I try and interact with it.
Well, it is decently above you. You would either have to, if you wanted to
lift him up.
really check it, yeah, you guys would have to maybe even lift. Are you lifting him up?
Or actually, Walrus.
Yeah, Walrus would be able to get him high.
What happened?
Lift him.
Gonna stand on your
All right.
shoulders.
Hold my bowl. I'm gonna give Guthran my bowl. And I'm gonna lift.
His bowl, but I look at
Artist
him
up.
incredulously the entire time. You were eating in a sewer?
Yeah, it's fine. I have a spoon.
That's flavor.
I lift Artis up. And
I consider dashing it to the ground, but do not do so.
So you get him up onto your shoulders and kind of even like take his legs and lift him up just enough to get him kind of up there to where he can actually more see inside of the hole. Go ahead and just make an investigation check for me, for Artist, for you to see if you can see kind of what this. Oof.
Oh!
It doesn't look trapped. I will say, even with a natural one, you can tell that it is some sort of mechanism. That it's not like that. There's a slight line at the very top of this like circular hole. So it's not attached to the wall, almost as if it can move up or down. But that is pretty much all you get. You can't tell if it's trapped or not.
Okay, I'm gonna fiddle with it. It doesn't look like anything I
will
can
say
see.
you can't reach it though. It is still like you're getting to the top of the ceiling, and the hole goes up 5 more feet before you see that device. So that's you can't like reach it or touch it or anything like that.
Can I have someone's sword, please? My rapier's too narrow for this, I think.
Wait a second. I have a question.
You would
Artist,
need
aren't
a
you
longer
aren't you an arcane trickster?
That's correct, yes.
Thank you.
I did forget that.
that's right. I have the
So
thing.
roguey, I forgot the spell bit.
been a little too
I've
rogue.
got that special mage hand.
There we go.
So assuming that you cast Mage Hand, and reach up there, I mean,
I've got
do you?
special mage hand. I can properly do stuff through it.
That's
Yeah.
fine. What are you trying to do with it though?
Just trying to interact with it, move it.
All right, so kind of feeling around with it as your mystical hand. It seems like it does press in, like press upwards, and you kind of start to do so, and then you hear as it finishes doing so, and you do see like slightly farther down, about 2 feet away from where you guys are standing, there does seem to be another shift in the wall. This time it kind of shifts backwards and sideways.
Oh, we've got our secret door.
I go in, shield up.
Okay, got it. Artist, you're probably now slightly starting to realize, now that kind of you're thinking about it, probably the ideal way is to or the idea of it is for you to either throw or shoot something up into there to activate it. Now that you're looking at kind of the scuff marks of it and everything like that.
Unless one of them has the same ability.
Yeah, or that. If they have that ability, but your guess is that they might not. Or some might not. Either way, you get down off his shoulders. The bowl has been re-given to you as soon as he starts running off. Honestly, you even have to like kind of, he immediately hands you the bowl, but you're still holding Artist, and you like grab the bowl and you're like, oh, and then you get him down real quick because of course. And you get into the tunnel again. This tunnel's pretty dark at the moment. You do see a little bit of light like
My
going downwards. I know you have
my mace is okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know that it is dark other than that. But once you put the light in and you can see a little bit of light down, at the moment it just looks like a staircase that's starting to curve down, and you can even notice the staircase continues upwards behind you. Continuing up like kind of parallel to the sewers, but going upwards. So it's not just like this is the beginning of the tunnel, almost like you're jumping into the middle of it. But yeah, you kind of go in shield up and you start walking kind of down the steps, and everything like that, with the other members kind of looking a little bit surprised.
I will point out, now that we're in here, I am definitely being more cautious.
Okay, I assume.
Like I'm not just running.
Yeah. I assume. Do you have a general feel about where they're located, and you know that there could be more danger? So, yeah. You're good. They kind of jump in behind you and actually, what order are you guys in? Goodbrand ran up to the front, so
I'll be right behind Goodbrand.
I'll be in the middle, I guess.
Also, could I get a tale from beyond?
yeah, you can do that.
There was a way to do it, but I can't remember what the way was.
Just roll whatever your inspiration die is.
Oh, I've got it here. Spirit's Tales.
Yep.
Cool. Dark Spirit. Alright.
Yeah. You target someone, becomes invisible to the end of their next turn, or until it hits a creature. If it hits a creature with an attack while they're invisible, they take necrotic damage equal to the roll of your bardic inspiration die and is frightened of the target.
That sounds helpful.
So basically, you pretty much want to give that to an ally.
Yeah.
So you got that, and you can give it out as necessary.
This fight seems too easy. That guy is now invisible.
And if he hits me, I'm going to become frightened of him. And he gets to add my inspiration die to his damage.
Just for spice.
Well, it's that ability, like, depending on what you roll, like, some of them are like, man, I want to give this to an enemy, and some of them are like, I want to give this to an ally. And so I always have to read them to make sure which one's which. Okay.
I'm looking for any way down.
No, there are stairs down, and so you're starting to go down those stairs. Like, that's what this tunnel is. It is like actually just like almost like a very long staircase starting to go down.
Okay.
But there is a certain point pretty quickly where it does start to level out, and you do see what looks like a wooden door.
How much longer do I have on my locate object?
At this point,
Second casting, because I waited until I was at the bottom level before I cast it again.
Okay, you did. So,
Yes.
assuming you did that, 5 to 6 minutes left, probably.
Okay.
You made progress, and you're starting to get lower, but also like again, since it wasn't directly below you, you're starting to get more of the angle of it. Not that it's level yet; she's still a bit farther down, but you don't know how large this complex is. You don't know. whatever underground. You know, it could just be a series of tunnels that you got to find her in. It could be like fairly large. You're kind of unsure. So, but you see at the end of this tunnel that you guys are getting to right now is just kind of a pretty basic wooden door with kind of a metal outside to it. And kind of good brand, you immediately kind of check it a little bit, and it does seem locked.
Artis.
Make my way up to the front.
Okay.
And set the lantern handy. Proceed to do my thing.
Hold the lantern. Well, I've got my light.
He's got the
so
mace. You've got the
hold that up for him.
lantern. You've got more than enough light.
And skills we want.
So yeah, just make a thieves tools check.
Thieves tools.
Yep.
I don't have a very big bonus on this.
Well, natural 1 will still not very well help you. So you start to pick at it, and you then realize that as you're picking it, that this is a lot more complicated than you thought it was going to be. It looked fairly simple from the outside, but once you started to look in and really like get your tools in there, you realize that it is a lot more complicated than you thought, and you kind of trying to articulate it and everything like that. But you know, the heyday of you doing this a lot, you haven't done this for a while, something this complicated. And then as you're kind of going backwards to get another tumbler from it, you then pull something, and then you hear a and you get confused for a minute, and you're like, what was that? I need all 4 of you to roll dexterity save.
Yay!
Dexterity save.
I didn't mean to open that. It'll be fine.
I figured I'd used up my 1s for tonight, but no, I've had 2 1s tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, you're getting my luck from the other time.
Bam.
Oof. Okay.
Never mind, I'm also getting my luck from the other time.
I think it's this.
Dillon, can I see this effect?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You get the advantage.
All right. I wanted to double check.
Okay. Efla, you take 22 points of fire damage because unfortunately, as Goodbrand pulls up his shield and gets out of the way, Artis just casually kind of sneaks out of the way a little bit, and Walrus, luckily kind of a little bit farther back, kind of backs up a little bit and doesn't take the full brunt. You aren't as nimble, and you take more of the full brunt, while all the rest of you take 11 points of fire damage.
I'm nearly dead.
As
Ouch.
as literally the door just explodes into the hallway. Like full blown.
Perfect.
Like what? Like obviously they have whatever this entity in this Thieves Guild or whatever, if this is part of it, is planned for people to try to do something like this, and unfortunately a mistake like that leaves it kind of trapped like that. And as you kind of all are picking yourselves back up, you realize the door is blown open, but the room behind it, you can see some bits of furniture and stuff like that. All of it is like partially destroyed. Some of it's on fire. They're seemingly the main thing in the room that you notice is like there was a like wooden kind of shelf that seems to have little cubby holes in the entire thing. You see that thing is blown apart and on fire at the moment. And the only just glancing in the room and kind of even stepping in, you start to see all the like little bits of furniture and stuff that were just gone. The only other thing in the room seems to be a metallic door that's on the other side.
How do I designate a target for one of my allies?
You can either just if you have the combat tracker up, you can click on them in there, I think, or you can just tell me and I can do it.
Okay. Well, like after we all kind of shake our heads, I cast a cure wounds on Efla, and I move back, and I keep moving in.
Okay.
Got the door open.
So
Yep.
15 to Efla.
My bowl's safe.
Yeah, so you
Thank
kind of
you.
just tap him on the shoulder and just immediately heal him with a prayer, and then you just walk forward into this burning room. Yeah, you're not even quite sure what made it. It might have been a rune or magic or something like that, but looking around, yeah, most of the stuff's on fire. But the metallic door looks like it's taken a hair of a dent, but it probably was built to take that sort of blast. But it continues to block your way. You kind of check it. It seems to be locked as well.
So there's another door in this room?
That is the only other
thing, or
door
the-
in the room. The metal door.
Okay.
I will take my time checking the lock for traps.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Okay, you're adorable, but
I'll
you don't need to be
stand
so
back
fucking in
this
the way.
time.
Yeah, let's. Oh,
Hey.
That's a 20 for 23. It is extremely hard to see. But you look in again, and it is a very intricate lock, and you look for the same similar device, and you notice it's not there. But then as you're looking, you start to, like, unfocus your eyes a little bit, and you realize you start to notice an intricate, invisible rune that is on top of the lock. That is fairly obvious that it is an enchantment that is designed that if either the key doesn't go in or the lock picking fails, that something will happen. You're not, I will say you're not 100% sure because this isn't the kind of magic you've dabbled in.
But
But
hand thing that you do.
but
Can we
something
all stay
would,
out of the room?
yeah, you can barely tell that's how it activates, and that you can barely see it with an after 20. But you unfortunately doesn't know what happens if you activate it.
well, I think we can probably assume it's not good.
Okay.
It's not going to be that the door, disintegrates when the key fails. It's
You
going to
might want to
be.
get out of the room and brace yourselves.
I'm going to hide behind Walrus.
There's a trap here. I don't know what it does. It's probably not going to be another fireball.
Well, again, you
Um,
should be able to stay out of the room with us too, because you can have that hand up to 30 feet. And
That's
pick the
what I
lock with
was
it.
just looking up, actually.
Yeah, your distinct ability is that you can use thieves' tools with your hand if you wanted to. So you could stand about 30 feet back, as long as you still need to have visual on it, because you still need to be able to see how you're what you're doing. But you could stand against the wall. You could stand at the end of the room.
I'll just go out in
Yeah.
the hallway.
Okay.
I'll go as far away as I can, but
Okay.
still maintain visual.
That's
try
basically yeah, like right at the right past the door, a little bit into the hallway. You can still see and still be within 30 feet.
I try to block as much of people as I can. Not necessarily good brand, but more artists and Efla.
Okay. I would say then you can stand in front of Artis, but still give him visual.
Yeah.
And that you can try to block if anything shows up or anything happens.
Okay, so I try to open the lock.
Okay. Roll another Thieves' Tools check.
Oh, good.
Okay. 12. Yeah, unfortunately, these are complicated locks. And they're locks designed for, this kind of place. So you're kind of doing it with your mage hand, and you don't always do this. So you're still a little bit. You get a little bit more progress than you did with the other lock, but yeah, you kind of, and you realize you get stopped, and that's enough where you see the rune suddenly glow for a moment.
Something just happened. Brace yourselves.
I need Walrus and Artis to both make dexterity saves.
Does he get advantage because I'm blocking some of it?
Unfortunately, not for this.
Okay. Yeah, that's the save.
Oof.
That's terrible.
Oof. Bad.
That's a big oof.
That is a big oof.
That's a 1 and a 6 is what that. Oh, that's not so bad.
So Walrus, you take 18 lightning
okay.
damage,
That's
and
fine.
Artist, you take half of that, so you'll take 9, so you'll be at 20. As this happens and the rune kind of like lights up, it's almost as if the door becomes a conduit, and suddenly a large lightning bolt just streaks across the room all the way down the hallway. Luckily, Goodbrand, you just casually made your way right up the stairs, because it just strikes right where the stairs meet the hallway, and you're able to not avoid the effects of it. But unfortunately, with him having to see it and being a straight shot of it, and Walrus trying to block him, they both get hit by this.
Can I see how many actual hit points people have, or is the only thing I could see heavy and moderate and stuff?
I'll tell you, Artis has about 7 hit points left, and
Okay.
Walrus has
Then I'm going to cast Preserve Life. And I'm going to heal Artis up to half if I can, with 20 hit points.
Okay.
How many does that leave me left? If
you're giving Artis 20.
Well, no. I have 20 that I can give away, but I can only heal him up to. But I can only heal him up to half.
Okay, so I'd say you give him 8. So
8. Okay.
you
So
have
that
12
leaves me with
left.
12. Then I give, Luthgra. I give Walrus as much as I can, as much as I can of the 12 till he gets to half. Which is probably all of it.
No, like only 5 gets him to.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I give the rest to myself.
Okay, so you have 7 to yourself.
Does that wait? So I can only have.
No,
Would
you had
7 get me
12,
to
then you
half?
gave 5 to Walrus to get him to
Yeah.
half, so you have 7 left. So you
Cool.
give 7
Would
to
the-
yourself, right?
Would the full 7 put me over half, or keep me under, or keep me at half or under half?
You have more than half of your hit points left. You've only
I have
taken
more than
11.
half my hit points
Yeah,
left.
you've only taken 11 damage. You have 31 max. So you have
Okay.
20 health left.
Then I imagine Efla is not as well at half.
No, he's good. Everyone is at half or higher.
Then after that, so then the 7 just goes away. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I forgot that's what Preserve Life does.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. To no more than half of its hit point maximum. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll say that's where it's at. Got it. I forgot that's what that ability was. Yeah, you're good.
Is that door open now?
You can go check. People can go
I'm gonna
check. All right, yeah, you go check. No. I will say the one thing is that Artist, you do notice that the rune seems to be spent. So, you do notice that it probably will not activate again, even if you attempt it again. But I will say the more you attempt this, the harder it's going to be. So you could try to attempt to pick it again, or you guys could find a different method or try to find somewhere else.
I have a method.
I mean, try it again, but then I'm gonna bust this thing down.
I'll give it one more try before you start hitting it.
Okay. Go ahead and make another Thieves' Tools check. $22. Honestly, yeah, is just enough. 3, 14 plus 8. Yeah, you kind of get yourself back in there, and now that you're kind of up there with it, you're starting to notice a little bit more of it, and you're kind of starting to and you're kind of like getting each tumbler as it goes, and it's difficult. It takes you a good couple minutes to do, but once you finally have gotten your rhythm and you kind of are getting to the last thing, you kind of and you kind of unlock it, and then you can kind of notice that the door's a little bit loose because it is dented in a little bit. That as soon as the like kind of lock comes up, it almost like tilts open a little bit into what looks like another darkened staircase that just kind of starts going down.
Okay, looks like this is the right direction.
I keep going.
Okay, you keep going, and as you keep going, I'm gonna go back to Olive for a moment.
Okay, then I'll be back.
So Olive,
Yeah.
as you guys are kind of sitting there for a good amount of time, it's kind of hard to tell how much time, but kind of thinking it's, maybe been an hour, maybe two. You're unsure of when you woke up or how long it's been. But as you kind of sit there, you kind of hear a little bit of a cough for a second, and after that cough, you look over and you see a graph kind of look over towards the hole back over at you, and he goes, "How much of that magic can you do without your stuff?"
Not much. I can do a little, but what are you thinking?
Well, let's say I know where they normally keep stuff that they take from prisoners. Let's say I know how we could get there and get us out of here. But unfortunately, there's probably going to be at least a few people in our way.
We could take on well, I don't know how much you can do. You look a little rough, but
I can hold my own without my weapon, but I
Okay.
can't take on multiple.
I can definitely hold my own and help out, of course. And I would love to get out of here.
Well, guess we might as well risk it. And you kind of see him, like, he's got his shackles, but he's got his up in front. And he kind of casually, like, leans forward, and you see him kind of reach over, and kind of behind his ear, he kind of seems to mess around, and then suddenly you just see, and almost he pulls out what looks like a small needle that he's kind of starts pulling out, and he goes, "You find a way to hide things. It's fine."
Oh my. Did that not hurt?
I mean, it hurt when it went in, but it's gonna hurt less than dying, so
That's true.
it saved me out of more pickles than you'd expect. And he kind of, you see him like working on his own stuff, and then it's kind of you suddenly hear, and he seemingly unlocks one of his wrists and does the other one as well. And he's like, "All right, kind of lean your back against the hole for a minute. I can reach in and get yours."
Great. I lean back and put it through the hole.
It takes you a few minutes to kind of adjust and kind of get yourself there, but once you kindly do, you kind of feel like his hand kind of reach in and kind of grab where your wrist is at, and kind of you hear the similar but when he finally gets to yours, it goes a bit faster, and you can feel it loosen up, and you finally are able to kind of reach your hand in front. You see a little bit of bruising near the wrists as it's kind of been latched on, and you kind of you hear the second one kind of do it, and you see them release and fall down with the chains at your legs still kind of there at the moment. And he goes, I'll have to get that in a minute. Just give me a moment. And he kind of reaches down and gets his own legs for a moment, as he has similar shackles, as he then finally stands up after, at this point it's been 20 minutes of you guys doing this. He kind of stands up and kind of, and you hear kind of cracks of bones and stuff like that, and he goes, I haven't moved like that in a while. Let's get the door. And he kind of walks up to his door, you hear, and you can kind of hear a similar noises and stuff like that, and he goes, just be sure not to set this off, and there we go. And you just hear a of like metal kind of scraping against the ground for a moment, as you suddenly see, kind of with your vision, kind of your dark vision, you see the gentleman kind of get up in front of the door, and kind of you see him pull out that same needle that he's had, and kind of working on your door, as well as you make your way over to where the door is. And after another minute or so, you hear a tick, tick, as it kind of opens up as well. And he goes, now just take a moment, sit for a moment. Let me get these feet. He does the same and unlocks your feet after a good 5 or so minutes. To the point where you guys are completely unshackled at the moment, other than not having equipment and everything like that. And he goes, all right, now we're gonna have to be quiet for most of this until we actually get to the room I'm talking about.
Can't do that. Might as well try and escape, or at least die trying.
Yep. Yeah, we're basically in that boat right now. I mean, they won't kill you. They're probably gonna kill me though.
Well, if I have anything to do with it, they won't.
Well, we'll see. Let's try at least. And he kind of crouches a little bit down a little bit more and kind of starts making kind of walks in front of you and starts making his way towards the darker end of the tunnel. And as you kind of crouch down as well and kind of follow him, you kind of like start to listening. And you do swear you heard like a loud noise for a moment.
Okay.
Like almost as something like was hitting something really hard, but you're not sure what that was. It sounded like it was farther away. But you do that, and you start to kind of sneak off with Graf at the moment. Anyway, as you start to do that, you guys have unlocked the door, and you guys start heading down the stairs. This one seems to be more of a spiral. It seems to start to curve, kind of downwards. As it kind of curves more downwards, you get about, probably you guess to be about 100 more feet down. So you are starting to get more of the angle. She is still, you see, only slightly farther down. But you're also starting to notice that there might be a little bit of movement. It's hard to tell. You can't tell how slight it is. Whether she's maybe just moving very little or she's actually like moving yet with her locate object. Or at least the ring is. But you're unsure. As you
Locate object can tell for sure whether it's moving and even in what direction.
No, I know, but you can't tell how big of a distance it is. Like, okay. I will, because I'm saying by the angle, it's not moving farther or closer away from you. All it seems to be moving is the angle is slightly changing.
Okay.
But based on how far away you are from it right now, you can't tell if it's, and you don't know the structures of the tunnels. You don't know if it's like, is it movement in the same room? Is it going down one of the tunnels? Is it, you're not 100% sure about those kinds of things, I will say.
The only reason I'm saying that is because the spell says I know exactly which direction it's moving in.
Okay, then I will say it's moved 5 feet and has stopped at the.
Okay.
But that is about it. That it is gone.
That could just be her pacing in a cell.
Correct.
But I know it's on her now, and that's good.
Correct.
Or at least I can infer that it might be on her and she's moving.
So, but you'd go down the spiral staircase, and once you get down to the bottom, you see it opens into a slightly smaller circular chamber that seemingly has multiple doorways, 3 distinct ones that kind of go out in a Y pattern. One seems to go kind of directly, as soon as you get to the bottom of the stairs, one is directly in front of you, and then the other 2 are kind of back and to the left and right of you at the moment. I mean, looking at where the angle of your locate object is, the back and left door is the closest, assuming that's the way you're gonna go, but
yeah,
you don't know if that will lead to where you want to go,
but it's the best I got right now.
It's the best you got, but that's up to you guys.
I'm assuming once Artis gets back that I will have him check the door for traps and try to unlock it again.
Okay.
And we will all stay very far back.
Yeah, I would say you even stand behind the pillar of the stairs and be fine.
Yeah.
I would again do my best to protect Artis and Efla, just because that's who I am.
Alright, you do your best, but depending on what it is, like,
Yeah.
You can only do so much.
appreciates the thought.
No, you're good. I'm just letting you know. Like with the lightning bolt, it's gonna go through you guys.
Well, yeah, but the idea is that
But
you
if it's like crossbow bolts, you could probably take the hit.
Yeah.
Quick, put on rubber shoes so we're not insulated with the ground.
What is rubber?
I wish magic was like that.
What's insulated?
Dude,
Well, that's
you're
like
literally
the padding of
insulated
your
right
coat.
now in that blanket.
I
the
wish,
padding of
man.
your coat is insulation, but I don't know what that has to do with magic.
I don't know.
It's not magic, it's science. It's not.
They're the same thing to the layman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole
Magic
twist
is just
the whole
science.
twist of this campaign is there's just been a couple mad scientists that have pretended there's magic the whole time.
Yep.
And no one understands it.
It's all just actual science.
Okay.
Artist, we need you to check a door for traps and try to open it.
No problem. I have an excellent track record with this.
Immediately rolls a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation. A, because A, you're better at that, and B, that's what it would be. 14. Initial guess, the door doesn't seem to be trapped. But the other thing you notice while investigating, the door doesn't also seem to be locked.
Oh. No one tried the door.
Nope.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm not touching
Watch
these
this
doors
trick.
at this point. All the doors
I
blow up.
assumed, I assumed there was 2 trapped
Wait.
doors. I'm not
At
going to do
least
it until
stand
you say
back
it.
before you do it.
You can open
I
it with
checked
the
it for traps. There's no traps. It's perfectly safe.
What
I
if it's
stand
unlocked
back.
because there are people on the other side? Shouldn't we surprise them?
I think we lost the element of surprise a while ago.
When there was like an explosion and then a
Oh,
light
right. Yeah, it
flash.
blew up.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I stand back just in case.
Okay, I
His
open the
track
door
record
and
today has
step
not
out of
been
the way.
perfect.
Okay. So you stand back and use your mage hand to open the door, I'll say. Yeah, just it opens towards whatever room is going to be. And you can kind of start to see with a little bit of light and the people with dark vision. It does open to a slightly larger chamber. So far you see a little bit of furniture, a couple table and chairs and some benches. But you don't see people. Nothing explodes. There's no like crossbow bolts coming yet. Nothing seems to really happen other than the door creaking open.
All right, then I move in.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay, yeah, you kind of start stepping forward with your light and everything like that, and the light starts taking in the room, and yeah, you're not quite sure exactly what the room's purpose is. Maybe a meeting hall, maybe just a rest area or something like that. But it is a room with like multiple tables, chairs, and things like that kind of extend long ways down to into this room where you can see what looks like a couple doors down at the end. But it's empty. I mean, there's no one in at the moment.
Which one of the doors seems like it will lead me closer to the ping?
The right door.
Then I head in.
Okay.
Well, again, I would want Artist to...
Yeah. I'm just more...
first-
And at this point, with all of his checks and stuff, I imagine my ping would be fading, like, right now.
It's gonna be pretty close. Right before it does, and right before you get to the door, you do, as you get about 2/3 of the way in the room, do... You know what? I will make a perception check first.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going under the table because
I
they
believe in
don't
you.
see people and there could be something strapped underneath.
I
Okay.
am... Caution is in the wind.
Yeah, caution's in the wind. You start going, you're not paying attention. Artist, you start to do this right as you notice that there does seem to be something. But
Ah,
unfortunately, you're too late to warn anybody. As you notice that as Goodbrand is going, there seems to be a slight little bit of string that is almost invisible to the naked eye.
I need to put coffee here. Move.
But luckily, with your angle artist, you were able to see it at the last second. That seems to be at the bottom of two of the tables, what looks like crossbows that are set and pointed towards where this would be activated. But unfortunately, Goodbrand is already determined and running out of his spell and has already made his way and is tripping it right as you notice. So I will just, I don't know how much to hit you.
Look up!
Anyway, yeah, you go look out right as he notices that he trips it. That one will hit.
Oh, okay. No, you're not the fucking.
Not hit. Okay.
Oh.
So then,
It's a lot of dice.
well, it was 4 crossbow.
Four
attacks.
crossbows.
Yeah. So then you take.
No, no one wants to see you.
You could start calling you Sonic.
Um,
Charging round everywhere with spines sticking
yeah,
out of
you
you.
take 18 piercing damage.
Jesus.
I mean, that's
I
nuts.
I rip them out and I cast healing on myself and I keep going. I don't care.
That's fine.
I'm gonna stop him before he gets to the next door and go in front of him.
So now that I have the combat tracker up, how do I cast that on myself?
Just roll it and I'll add it to you. It's fine.
Okay.
This is not.
11. So yeah, you're at 13 health now.
And I, you know what? I just head to the door at this point. Like,
I
the kind of
Goodbrand at
energy
this
that's
or
happening.
Goodbrand at this point, you've taken that hit, you've pulled them out, but at this point, Walrus has sprinted forward and he's a little bit faster. So he gets to the door at the same time as you and just kind of grabs you onto the shoulder for a second.
Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna push him
Finish my
slightly to
search
the left.
under the table, and then I'll come and search the door.
I already kicked it.
Oh,
Yeah, I move Goodbrand slightly to the left and just kick it.
All right. It opens pretty easily. It was locked, but it wasn't a very strong lock or a strong door, and I'm not even going to really make you roll for it.
I appreciate it.
But you notice it does go into a staircase that seems to curve a little bit to the right as it goes down. I'm assuming, Walrus, you're going to take lead on this at this point now?
Yeah, because Goodbrand seems to be in an emotional state, so I must step up and be the leader.
Then what's the order?
Goodbrand,
If he
what's the
won't
order?
let me go first, then I'm right behind him.
Okay.
hey, I'll be after Goodbrand and keep my eye out for any traps on the way.
I guess I shall be in the back.
And Efla's just left. He's like, I don't know, we're good. No,
I'm here for emotional support.
I'll sing a song of your bravery.
Sneak, 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 sneak.
No, it's like
sneak.
Kronk, and he's like, dun, 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 dun. We're good. As you guys are kind of starting to go down this staircase, it just kind of seemingly goes down to the next level into what looks like another doorway. Walrus, are you just gonna kick it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. As you kind of get to this doorway, like a second before everyone else does, you just stop for a second, then, and again, this one, it's not a very strong door, and it just immediately kind of almost halfway snaps in half and just kind of falls halfway on the hinges, kind of broken down into kind of a darker room. You're unsure of the purpose of this room. There seems to be like multiple what looks like desks kind of just around, with some chairs nearby each of them. Looks like it'd be a couple like pieces of parchment that are also like almost stabbed into the wall. Some of them with a couple daggers, but some of them with like other sharp things. Not very many of them, like maybe counting 8 in total. With a couple doors at the end of the hallway. But again, this seems empty at the moment.
Nothing in here. I'm gonna walk forwards. Goodbrand, what door do I pick? Or is the doors? I don't remember.
Are there doors?
There are 3 doors. One's
Okay, that's what I
like
thought.
smack dab in the middle,
I
and
couldn't remember the number.
2 more on the side.
I cast. Locate object again.
Hold up. Right before you cast that, this is gonna happen. So.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, no, no.
That's just what you don't want to hear.
I believe in my ability to survive.
All right. Cut to 10 minutes later.
That's only happened twice, okay?
Okay. Walrus, what's your AC again?
This is an excellent question.
Oh, it's 15. Okay.
It is 15.
Okay, so those 2 will hit. One of those will hit.
That's not good.
Not all on you, but okay. So
Still not good.
oh, it's not good at all. As you guys have come in pretty brash, looking around, you didn't really see anyone. But as you're kind of walking towards the middle and Walrus, you turn and ask Goodbrand which door to take. As you're starting to take it and starting to worry about casting locate object, just out of the corner of your eyes at the last second, you see the desk suddenly move as they all get kicked down at once, and all at once multiple like individuals with these hoods on, masks kind of covering the bottom of their face, and where their eyes are, they seem to have green like face paint kind of covering their eyes all the way to their end, almost like a mask as well. That as they flip this down and immediately stand up, they have these crossbows drawn and they just immediately fire all at once.
I have a
So,
question. Do they look like turtles?
That was my first impression. We're getting mugged by turtles in the
you know
sewers.
what? That's the end of the D&D session. We're just gonna fuck off. No, they don't look like that. It's hard to tell. I will say it does look like one of them is a shorter race. But the other bits you can't really tell their race. Especially just by glancing the 1 second right before you're getting hit.
Yeah.
So, but these are small.
Oh, good.
The Walrus, you're only gonna take 10 damage total.
Oh, that's fine.
From your 2 hits that hit you. Goodbrain only gets hit once. So he takes 6 damage. And Ethla in the back gets hit once. And he takes 7 damage.
Oh no, our emotional support.
Now before you guys do anything, Olive, as you guys have been moving through these tunnels, and you've moved down a couple of them, there's been a few times you've stopped and you've seen these individuals kind of walking past a doorway. You've kind of you've been able to take a little bit of a peek, and they seem to be of a variety of races and genders and even colored skins of humans and things like that. The only things that seem to be very similar is they're all wearing very darkened clothing. Some seem to have little bits of color in them, but most of them seem to have a darkened cloak that they can almost cover themselves with. They seem to have what looks like a bandana or something similar around their neck. And even you can see a few of them have them hold up and covering their face sometimes. And they each seem to be having like a green face paint kind of around their forehead and eyes. Sometimes even covering all the way up to if they have a more bald complexion, they seem to even have them painted all the way up and stuff like that. And then the only other thing you notice is that around their necks, kind of when their cloaks are more open, is they seem to have a particular symbol around their neck that seemingly kind of has a upside down dagger kind of pointing up towards them, with kind of what looks almost like a wolf or some kind of dog kind of in the background as well, almost hanging off the bottom of the dagger. So they seemingly all seem to have those kinds of symbols and cloaks and stuff like that. But that's only from the little peeks you've gotten as you've been sneaking around. But luckily, with Graf's help, you have been pretty much gone unnoticed until you finally come around the corner and you see 3 of these individuals kind of standing around a door, not 100% guarding it. It's actually more like they're around a water cooler, just kind of talking.
Right. It's
not
their
really
lunch break.
paying too much attention. There's and kind of it looks like they're supposed to be on guard, but they're not expecting anyone to ever like to kind of show up. So they're kind of just casually talking. But as Graf kind of whispers to you, he kind of points that that's the doorway that that has your guys' stuff in it, and he kind of even goes and he's like, we're not going to be able to sneak past those guys as much as they are not paying attention to us.
Right.
So you might need to be ready to cast whatever you've got.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready? I think. Fuck it, send
I'm
it.
going first, and he just starts running. And now I want all 5 of you to roll initiative because you're all in combat in different spots.
Perfect.
Whoa. Okay.
Excellent.
I don't have maps for this, but we'll
Oh
figure
god,
it
I
out.
forgot how to roll initiative.
It's on your main sheet. It's right in the middle. It
See,
says
and
I.
Oh, right.
INIT. Yep, you're good.
Can I roll
Oh my
speed?
my rolls, please.
Can I roll speed? I go before everybody.
No. Like there's the speed and you can grab it, but it just
Oh.
says speed, and then you throw it in here and it says speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantasy Grounds lets you grab like any number, and that's just one of those things it lets you do. Give me a second to get them into the thing because I didn't prepare as much as I should have, but it's fine.
I can roll my race.
Their surprise round.
Well, they already had their surprise round.
Yeah,
that
okay,
was
good.
their surprise round. Was
Good.
was what you just got dealt with. So, other than technically them two gonna have a surprise round, which I will let them do, I'll just skip the turns of the people they would have been.
Oh, good. I'm last.
Yeah, amazing.
So wait. Oh, that's how I've been dealt 24 points of damage. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
that
you've
counts
been
up.
dealt. Yeah, that's how it works in Fantasy Grounds. There's not really much I can change about it.
No, that's fine. I just didn't understand why 24 of 31 was critical. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, your
Now I
max. That's your
understand.
max health, and that's how much damage you've taken.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can cast a lot of shit without my fucking focus. God.
Yeah, you can cast anything that's visual or somatic.
Yeah, I can basically cast everything.
Yeah, most of your stuff is fine.
Except for a chromatic orb.
Yeah, the problem was your hands being bound was the worst part. But
Yeah.
again, that didn't really matter too much.
Don't know how you're gonna manage without chromatic orb. Might be a tough fight.
Yeah.
You might-
Fireball.
you might
or
as well-
firebolt.
You might as well just pack it in now.
Yeah, just give up, honestly.
Yeah.
Sorry. As I'm getting this done, sorry. I'm usually more prepared about having these kinds of people in here, but I'm now not finding the thing I had ready, and now I pretty much have to find it again.
Don't worry about it.
How could
DM
you?
Issues.
I know, right?
Worry about it. This is the most heinous thing you've ever done.
True, it totally
Oh
is.
my god. I thought this was a professional setup.
Oh, I can't
jeez.
believe you've done this.
Oh, I can't believe you've done this. Hold on. Making sure we've got it. Trying to denote which ones are which. We don't get confused. Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, I
That's
can't-
exactly what I was thinking.
The drama, the suspense.
the suspense.
intrigue.
All right.
We need more dramatic music.
No, I'm getting the dramatic music too.
Oh, at least the crossbow bolts weren't poisoned.
Yeah, they definitely could have been.
Mhm.
The bright side of an ambush.
Always look at the bright.
Side
of
of the
light.
ambush. All right. The ones that are named guard are the ones Olive is dealing with. The ones that are named ambush are the ones that you guys are dealing with. Just to let you guys know. Okay, that's all
Oh,
good. Combat tracker's ready. The guards are surprised, so they're not going to go. So it's Artis's turn.
Artist, you technically still have Mage Hand up.
Yeah, if you technically didn't dismiss it, you should have it up.
And something that I feel like everyone who plays your class forgets is they can use that to distract people and gain advantage.
I actually had a different plan.
That's
Okay.
fine. You can do your different plan. I'm going to change the music while you're doing that.
I just everybody always forgets that, and that's like the biggest point of that class, and it baffles my brain.
Now that I remember that I've got spells, I'm going to go color spray.
Yeah.
All right. So you get a 15-foot cone. I would say the most they're pretty spread out. So the most, well, okay, you can move and you could get 3 of them in it. That would be the most you
Okay.
could get in it. But you would have
Yep.
to move decently close to one of them. But yeah, you can move and get yourself around there and color spray. So roll 6d10 for me.
Now, if I control click on dice,
I think
can
if you
stack
actually
them.
just under color spray, I have a damage that's 6d10. Just roll that and I'll do the
Okay.
math that way.
So one thing I can't find is my spells now.
It's under actions, then under spells.
Baha. Okay. It does have a roll thingy.
Yeah, just click that, and as long as you're not targeting anyone, it won't damage them. Okay, so 21. So you could actually get 2 of them.
They're
Yeah.
blind. They're
Yep.
blind.
You would get these 2, so but unfortunately the third person has too many hit points for it. So these number 3 and number 4 are blinded at the moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as they're like, "Ugh!" But the other one just immediately like looks away, almost like a flashbang, and doesn't really take the brunt of it. But that's your action to do so, and your spell slot to do so. Did you want to do anything else with your turn?
Just take a step back,
Okay, luckily you're not
And
too close to them, so you do take a
draw
step
my
back,
rapier.
and draw your rapier out. All right. Yes.
Nothing.
Okay.
I backseat game way too much. I'm gonna stop.
Okay, no, you're fine. Yeah, give him some time, and we can always give him advice later. All right. This one, this is the one who just like turned away from the flashbang. Just immediately turns back, looks at the group, and sees the large one, and just kind of pulls up his crossbow at the same time and immediately reloads it. Kind of aims directly at him and fires. So you take. Oh my god. Oh well. At Walrus. Ooh, but he actually misses.
Yay!
How lucky.
Sucks.
He still had a bit of glare.
He apparently did. Apparently just enough to miss that, which is unfortunate for him. So he will instead oh, technically he gets a. You know what? I don't know.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Too late, you rolled.
No, unfortunately.
It does, and he barely hits now.
Damn it! Fuck you, advantage!
Hey, you love it when you get it.
I do.
So you take 6 piercing damage, and you have to make this Constitution saving throw.
I don't like Constitution saves.
You should be good at it.
I am, but I
You're
still don't like
very good
them.
at it. So you only take half of this damage.
That's not comforting.
You take half of 29, which is
Go
14.
good. Now I'm unconscious.
So now you're unconscious.
Fantastic.
That's what happens before you get the chance to rage.
What fucking 29? Goddamn.
I rolled a lot of high numbers.
Apparently.
I rolled, what, 2 6s and 2 5s.
Oh yeah, that'll
and
do
then a
it.
couple low stuff, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, well. Walrus goes down.
These two are on the other side with their crossbows. They will also. They're gonna fire at. They're actually gonna fire at the one that just tried to blind the other two. So they'll fire at Artis. That one will hit. So whoops. Combat tracker, come back. There we go. So just 3 damage to Artis. And this one will also do their crossbow. That will definitely hit. I'm rolling really well. Good for me. 5 damage to Artis as these two just pull up their smaller crossbows and immediately reload it and fire, and are able to get 2 shots in at Artis before he can do it. As they kind of both split apart and then suddenly kind of go a little bit more out of view, and they're harder to see at the moment. Let's see. One of them is pretty easily noticeable. The other's a little harder to see. Say that. But they do that. These two are the blind ones. One is going to try to run up to Artis and try to hit him. Don't think it will happen, but you never know. Oh, he does hit. Barely. I was surprised. 4 damage as he just is like clutching his thing, but he just quickly pulls out it, drops his crossbow and pulls out his sword and just runs towards where Artis was and just starts slashing along the side, and luckily just gets a nick in as he's running towards him. Honestly, the other one I'm just gonna say is dazed at this point. He's like, he just fires his crossbow into the air and doesn't do anything. Because he was a little bit farther away. But it's Goodbrand's turn.
Okay, Goodbrand. There's the right call, and then there is
That is up to you.
The emotional call.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. One of them's right up on Artis, right? I can't hear you.
You
Yeah,
muted.
Dillon, you're muted.
Yes, right now one of them is.
Okay, then I am going to rush past Walrus while touching him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cast. So again, how do I, like, if I roll this on his thing?
If you roll it
Is
on
that-
his character in the combat tracker, it should just give it to him. Yep, it did.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna run up and engage the one next to Artis.
Okay.
I'm no longer unconscious.
But I don't.
Correct.
I mean, I don't have a bonus. I'm just gonna get like where
You're
there's
getting within 5 feet
someone
of
near
him.
my ally. Yeah.
Got it.
Giving me a sneak attack opportunity.
Correct.
Not just that, but I have Sentinel.
True.
So if he attacks you again, or if anyone else attacks you,
Yep. You're much better off. Perfect.
Well, I've only got 3 hit points, so
Okay.
None of us are doing crazy good.
I didn't actually put Graf, because Graf would have gone first. I forgot to put him in. Graf, I'll just put right before you, Olive. Graf just runs forward, and you guys get the sneak attack off, and just immediately he just comes and grabs one of the other people and starts trying to choke them. And there's two others that are immediately like, they're kind of surprised off when you kind of jump out. So Olive, what do you want to do?
Which one did he grab?
He grabbed the one that was closest, so there are two that's a little bit past him, but you have an easy shot on both of them. So he grabbed number 3, technically.
Number 3. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Fireball on guard 1.
Firebolt, you mean?
Firebolt, yeah.
You're good. Yeah, that hits.
Great. Wait, how do I roll? Oh, there it is. Aha!
Poof, 10 damage. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a max it can.
Yeah, you quickly cast your firebolt and shoot it, and as you do, yeah, it hits him square in the chest and burns a little bit of the cloth under his around his armor and everything, and he kind of backs up immediately, and now immediately is darting his eyes between the two of you, realizing what's happened, while the other person just kind of looks more freaked out. The one you blasted looks a little calmer, but yeah. So you did that.
That's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. Certainly. So Ethla, it's your turn. You can see the two blind people that are attacking. One of them's attacking or next to Good Brandon Artist. The other one is kind of just dazed a little bit.
Yep.
You notice one guy that's kind of trying to stay hidden but is not doing very well, and then there's another guy who was the one who just took down Walrus with the one shot.
Okay, are they like how grouped up are they? Are they all like ridiculously spread out, or
Right now they're
within, like,
pretty
20
well
feet
spread
of
out.
each other?
Right now they're pretty well spread out. The only ones that are close to each other are at the moment are the two blinded ones are within 10 feet of each other.
They're within 10 feet of each other. Okay, cool. Is it worth it? Any attack rolls? Okay, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Walrus.
Okay.
So bonus action Healing Word at 2nd level.
Okay.
Everyone's so nice to me.
You're also the tank, so...
But also that.
So that's 9 hit points. And then I'm gonna cast level 1
You
fairy.
can't.
What? Why can't I?
You can
only
one
cast a
leveled spell
cantrip.
per turn.
Yeah, you can only... If you've cast a leveled spell, either as a bonus action or an action, you can't cast another leveled spell. You have to cast a cantrip.
Well, there you go. You learned something new about D&D every
I
day.
will say you could technically, because you used a bonus action, you could use your action to give out your story as well, if that was something you would be interested in.
Yeah.
You can attack with your rapier as well.
Yeah, you could attack with your rapier. You can use a cantrip.
That's
You
true.
can give out your story.
I mean,
I'm-
you gotta have what's it called, don't you? Vicious Mockery, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking of. But
Best
I mean,
spell in
like,
the
that's only 1d4. I'm not
But
sure.
disadvantage.
Yeah, there is disadvantage.
That is up to
Yeah,
you
sure.
guys.
I'll Vicious Mockery the one who was next to Artis.
Don't do that. He's blinded.
Okay.
Sorry.
One of the
God damn
ones
it,
that's
sorry.
not blinded. Are the two that aren't blinded both uninjured, or how? is
Right
one
now,
more injured than the
there
other?
is basically everyone you guys are fighting against is uninjured.
Okay, well then just eeny meeny miny mo, one of the blind ones.
I'll do the one. I'll say the one that's more dazed, which would be number
Okay.
3.
Okay. And I will viciously mock for 14.
All right.
Oh wait, no, that's the DC.
That's
Sorry.
the DC.
Yeah, I
Here,
forgot
I'll
it's not
do it
one.
real quick.
Yep.
Give me 1 second to pull up your vicious mockery. So it's this save on number 3. He failed hard, so
great.
I'll just roll it. You're good. He takes 2. But yeah, he gets disadvantage on his next attack roll if he becomes unblinded or anything like that. Perfect. Also, how long does the blind last? I'm looking real quick.
I thought he was specifically attacking a guy who wasn't.
Oh yeah, I was attacking a guy who wasn't blinded.
Oh, okay. They have the same bonus anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. I'll just move the damage over. The guy who's not really hiding that well. Do that guy.
I will tell him his shoes don't work well with his outfit.
Vicious.
He just looks down, he looks up, and
Aw.
he goes, "Wait, you see me?" And I tried. You just hear that echo. It's the first time any of them have talked. First time any of them have said anything.
I tried so hard.
And you just hear and like them being quiet for that.
And I think that I'm not gonna bother moving or anything.
Okay. Perfect. Walrus, you're next. You're still technically prone.
Yay! I'm going to use half my movement to stand up.
Perfect. You can do that. You are now up.
What am I at? About half. Yeah, I'll use a bonus action to rage instead.
Okay. You bonus action rage.
Why didn't that? Let me. Thank you. There we go. All right. Who's closest to me? I guess.
So right now you're in the middle. They're technically pretty close. The guy that took you down is decently close, and the dazed blinded guy is pretty close.
I'll go after the dazed blinded guy.
Sure. So you run over to him. He's kind of still back behind the overturned desk, but you kind of get over to the side of him. I would say you probably have about 5 more feet of movement left. Would be at the end of that, just to let you know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and swing at the blind dazed guy.
Okay. That
Try
would
do
be
this.
that would be number 3. Ambush number 3.
Okay.
Ignore
I don't already get advantage, right? Because he's that.
you do, but it'll automatically happen. So
Okay, cool.
roll
I wasn't sure.
against Ambush guy.
I didn't mean to do that.
That's damage.
No, I know my
I'll
internet
take-
connection's
I'll
freaking
take
out.
that damage if you roll.
No,
the
no,
attack.
no. I'll redo it. It's fine. It's not intentional. You said number 3, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh,
that
God.
does hit.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
thank God.
These guys,
Yo, there's.
you can tell by starting to look at them. Some of them look like they're either more experienced or more armored or stuff, and some of them or more meaty, and some of them do not. So,
There
oof.
you go.
This guy was not one of the meaty ones. Yeah, you immediately go up, and as he's like starting to barely see, he sees like you show up, like almost like light at the end of the tunnel, and then all at once you just right on the side of him, and then just a large hat kind of comes up on the side with your halberd, and you just see him go from like dazed to on the ground unconscious.
Y'all suck. All right, that's all I can do.
Perfect. This guy is still surprised, but these two are now not. This is the one being grabbed, so he's going to actually start pulling out his scimitar and try to stab at Graf, which I will just. I have sheet. Oh, he misses. He's just trying to like get at him from behind, but doesn't really work. The other one's going to also try to get Graf off of that guy. Wow, they both suck. Good for them. Basically, all of you see the one being grabbed pull out a sword to start to try to get at Graf behind him, and the other one pulls out a similar sword to try to get at Graf, but Graf is just expertly like moving out of the way of their swings, and like using almost the guy as like a human shield to kind of like block a little bit of the way. He's like, with a guy without a weapon, he's holding his own pretty well at the moment.
Nice.
So, Artis, it is your turn. Again, you just took that hit from the blinded guy, who he's like right in front of you now. You see Walrus kind of come up and take the other blinded guy out. But yeah, it is your turn. Oh, also,
I'm going to introduce him to the pointy end of my rapier. Since he's distracted and, well, blind, I can sneak attack him.
All right. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh yeah, you'd have advantage anyway. Nice.
Oh yeah, I gotta click the advantage button, don't I?
No. If you're rolling
No?
against the guy who's blinded, it should just automatically do it. If you're not rolling against him, then yeah, you do hit it. Do it either way.
Where is he? Is he ambush 2? Ambush
The
3?
blinded guy, I think he's ambush number 4, but he's got no blind anymore. Why is that the case? Let me look.
So,
Hold up. Creatures starting with the creature that is blinded until the end of your next turn. Okay, it took it off, but he's still blinded. So it's number 4. So you're
so
good.
I select advantage now? Since, you put
No,
it
you're
back
good.
on.
You're good. I put blinded back on him. I'll take it off. I wonder what happened with Product's internet might have gone out.
Oh jeez.
That hits.
Hopefully this guy's got the same shit armor
He
class.
does. He does.
Awesome.
That's why they got blinded so easily. They are not good. They're pretty new at the moment. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll damage with your sneak attack.
I'm just trying to find it now. I can see my rapier damage. Ah, there's sneak attack. Okay. So, rapier. And where did sneak attack go again? Yeah.
Should be near the top. Yeah, you got it right there.
Yeah, it's just not rolling it.
Now you just roll damage. No, you're adding the effect, and then you roll damage, and then it'll automatically roll the damage with your sneak attack. Just roll the damage of your weapon now.
Nice.
Yeah, you're good. He's dead. Well, I will say, yeah, no, that one is actually dead. You just kind of immediately pull out your rapier, and he is blinded, just swiping, and then just at the moment of him like taking a break during a swipe, you just right through it, and you can feel yourself go through vital organs and pull out, and you just hear him go, and like a little bit of blood comes out of his mouth as he falls down, bleeding out. So that one. So that's your action. You still got movement and your bonus if you wanted to do anything.
The other one that I blinded was
dead,
already taken out.
Yep, Walrus got him. So the only one is there's one ahead of you that is the one that shot at Walrus and took him down, and then there's the 2 other guys. One of them is one of them you can't actually see at the moment. He might have ducked and hit himself, but the other one you can see, and he's looking down at his shoes, wondering why it clashes with this outfit.
Hey, I'm going to approach Clown Shoes.
Okay. How much movement do you have? You have 30. I would say you don't get right next to him, but you get decently close. Like you're within 10 feet of him. But,
Wave my rapier.
well, actually, you could use
menacingly.
unless you're using your bonus action, you're rogue. You can use your bonus action to dash. You can get right next to him if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll get next to him. That'll keep him engaged.
Okay.
Can't shoot anyone then.
Do you use an offhand weapon?
No,
No, he has a rapier.
just my slap.
Sorry, my internet just died. I'm back now.
No, you're good.
So did your character.
No.
Great.
Oh wait, yeah, you can't use an offhand weapon rules as written with a rapier, which is dumb because classically rapiers were used with a dagger. But anyway.
Or a sword breaker.
It's fine. Well, he would have had to use his bonus action to get over there anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to offhand attack unless he threw it.
Mm.
So,
5 rapier first.
not a big deal. Either way, so assuming you use your bonus action to get all the way over there, it's now their turn. I guess you're the only one. Yeah, you're the only one next to someone at the moment, so he'll go for you. So he'll pull the guy who he kind of, you see him grab a bolt from a specific pouch he has in the back, and he kind of pulls it out and reels back his crossbow immediately and aims directly at where Artis is. So Artis, you have to make, or well, I have to attack you first. That will hit. So you take this amount of damage. Yeah, I knew it was going to be no... I rolled a 1, but I knew with his bonus it was going to take him down no matter what. Yeah, you still have to make this save. Good. Good, because this could have been really bad. Hold up, I have to see something. Okay, we're good.
That
So
could have been instant death.
it could have been. It could have been. It really, really could have been. But luckily, he saved against it, so it was fine. But that also does mean you fail a death save because of the poison. So you go immediately unconscious, but the poison still racks into your veins and slowly starts to kill you. Luckily enough, not instant death because it wasn't that bad, but... Oh, technically, you know what? I don't think there's a possibility. Yeah, okay, not a possibility. He technically would have gotten sneak attack, but it didn't. Because he would have been at 0 anyway. So, doesn't matter. Dab. Alright. The other two, the one... Gotta roll. Yeah. No, he's smart enough not to do that. Okay. He's gonna run over to where Efla is and try to attack Efla. The guy who he didn't like the comment about his shoes. So you take 3 damage from the first short sword attack. And from the second it misses. So as he swings the first time and you see a little bit of blood come out from your cut, it splashes down onto his shoes and he looks down immediately and he's like, and he tries to slash again, but he's already distracted and you dodge out of the way of it.
These were new shoes. Now they've been insulted. Now they're ruined. Today is just not my day.
The other one is going to attack Efla.
No, you can attack someone else. Don't worry.
No, you're good. You're good. He attacked Efla.
He helped him pick out those shoes, man.
I was giving him fashion advice.
No, this is the other guy. So the other guy who was
okay.
hidden, you didn't quite see him, and he shot a crossbow. Which right as it hits you, you turn and you see him over to the side as he's just reloading that crossbow. But luckily, not enough to knock you out or anything like that. But it is Goodbrand's turn. You're a little bit hurt, so you see him take out the one in front of you and run over. But as he runs over, right as he gets to him, a crossbow bolt from the guy that you can see in front of you, a little bit out of the way, shoots at him, and you just see him go down to the ground immediately.
Okay, I'm going to rush over to, because he's right next to another bad guy, right? And I can get over in that distance in my regular movement.
You just barely. I will say you're not next to the enemy, but you are next to him. So yes, you get to him, but you're not next to the guy he was about to fight.
Okay. Where? I'm going to go ahead and as I'm running up, cast Shield of Faith on myself. And then when I get up to him, I cast Spare the Dying on him.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So-
not one I can. That's not one that I can like drag
No.
over to him.
No,
So.
you're good. I can do it by just doing.
But now I'm like standing over his body, like protecting it.
Yeah. So now he's stable. And you're casting Shield of Faith on yourself. So yeah, you got that already.
Mhm.
You're good. You got 2+ AC. All right. Yep, that's literally all the things you can do. So
Yes, it is.
Olive, right before you go, you see well, I gotta make a roll for it actually, but ooh, yeah. You see he's wrestling with the guy that he's holding right now and is actually going for his sword, but doesn't seem to quite get the grab on it. But luckily he's keeping him away from you, and it seems to be distracting at least the other guy, and no one seems to be paying too much attention to you. Except for the one guy that you hit with the firebolt is kind of looking more at your direction at the moment.
Great. So I am going to cast Radiant Soul.
All right.
Which does it automatically give my effects to me?
I have to click the thing for it.
Great. Okay.
No, you're good. So you do that, and you might have to add that every single time, the extra radiant damage, but
Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to use sorcery points for a quicken spell, so I can cast Firebolt on guard 1.
all right. Yeah, you quickly you kind of focus on this strange ancestry that you aren't quite sure of yet, but the strange power that you kind of feel, and you focus on it, and suddenly your hair almost kind of starts to glow, almost like it's partially fire, but also potentially like underwater, kind of more of a genasi kind of hair for a moment, as it kind of flows and does that, and your eyes kind of glow a more brighter color, and then these 2 large incandescent wings kind of just slightly form on your back, but you kind of have folded them up as you're not quite using them at the moment. But as you're doing this, you then focus again and quickly cast a firebolt again, this time with a like weird reddish white glow that does hit, so you can go ahead and roll your damage.
Great. There's that. And then
So 2 fire damage and the 4 radiant damage as it blasts, and this like energy hits off on that guard that you're attacking. He does seem to take the damage, but this guy looks like he's been around for a while. He's got some scars. He's pretty bulky. So it'll take a little bit more than that, but
okay.
That was a good hit.
Great.
All right. Efla, it's your turn.
Okay. I still have more healing words that I could probably throw around. And I still have my Tales from Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give myself the Tales from Beyond, or was it only?
I think you can give it to yourself. The target, so
Yeah, so I target myself to become invisible until I hit a creature with an attack.
I think it's until your next turn, or until
Yeah, or until I hit a creature with an attack.
Yeah, until the end of its next turn, or until you hit a creature with an attack. So if you use it right now, yeah, and you could cast spells technically as long as you're not attacking someone and still be invisible.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can use that.
I'm
as
gonna
your action
do
to
that
give it to
on
yourself.
myself.
Correct. Okay, so you are now invisible.
I am now invisible.
All right.
And
I will add
it
in
also,
to itself.
looking at the thing here, it just says that if I hit a creature with an attack, the creature takes necrotic damage as well. So that also includes spell damage. Like if I hit a creature
Correct.
with a
If it's a spell attack.
yes.
Which it's hard. Like vicious mockery is like technically not an attack. It's a weird wording.
Okay. What about my circlet of blasting?
Ooh. Yeah, no, that counts.
That's a
It literally says ranged spell attack, so it does count.
Because I have not had any use out of this.
No, it is true. You haven't used it yet. I will say it's the action to give yourself the invisibility, so you would have to wait for your next
so I'll have
turn.
to. Yeah, okay, that's fine. No,
But you
I
can still
I
use
can
your
do that.
bonus
I still have
action,
my
so you can
bonus.
either give more inspiration, or you could cast.
I
Healing
would
Word.
like to, do another level 2 healing word on who's currently the most injured.
Well,
Artis
Artis
is
is
unconscious.
unconscious.
Artist,
He is
yeah. I think
stable.
I'll do it on the unconscious.
Other
duty.
than that, it's you and Goodbrand.
Yeah, now I'll just.
All right, 11
Yeah,
to
11
Artis. So
to
Artis,
Artis.
you are now conscious.
I do just want to point out something that we all should know is that ranged attacks while you're in melee combat with somebody are at disadvantage.
Am I in? I don't think I'm in melee combat with anyone though.
You are in melee combat with somebody.
Okay.
But now he's invisible, so he's not attacking
becomes-
yet. So that's his next turn, and that's something he'll have to deal with if this guy decides to stick around. But we'll
Could I
deal with
just
that when we get
walk
to that
away
point.
since I'm invisible? Like, surely you can't take a.
Make a stealth check for me, just real quick.
Okay.
Just because I know you're trying to actually sneak away, and I'm curious how much he notices if you're going away or not. Because if he notices you're leaving, he'll try to swipe at you. It probably won't hit because it's a disadvantage, but he'll probably try to.
Stealth.
Under
Oh, okay. I'm quite good for
skills.
stealth. My rolls aren't quite good, but that's fine.
Yeah, these guys are used to like really trying to keen on where people are at, even without seeing. But he will try to attack you as you leave. But again, he's unlikely to hit. So let's just see if he does.
Yeah, I'm still gonna risk it.
No, you're.
This could
yeah.
be very bad.
I mean, he doesn't have a huge bonus, so he did drop the natural 20. So he did roll. He rolled a 10 total, so he misses. So he does take a swipe at you. He does take a swipe at you, but luckily because you're invisible, he doesn't quite know where you're at. So he backs off as you do so, and you can back off and go wherever you want. I'm assuming.
I'll just
get away
go.
from
I
those
mean,
people.
the circlet has like a massive range, so
Yeah.
I'll
I'll say you get away
definitely
from as
just
many of them
do
as you can, so you kind of back off into the corner over there.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. All right, so that's your
that's me.
movement. That's everything at that point. So Walrus, it's your turn. So at this point, you're raging. You went up, you slashed the one guy. He's down. You've still got the guy behind you who just shot Artis to the ground, and you've got a guy next to what used to be Elfla, who now just went invisible and walked off, and another guy in the corner over there.
So the guy who shot Artis is closer to everybody than me?
Correct.
Or me?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna
Him
go-
and the shoe guy are both about the same distance.
I'm gonna go after big man who probably is in charge.
Okay. You can do that.
I don't know how far away he is.
He's not
The
that
guy
far.
with the poison.
He's
Kill
15
the
feet.
guy with the poison.
That's the guy. he's going
That's the guy. I know. It's the guy.
for. He is. He's going
All right.
towards that guy. So
right.
I know,
he's about 15 feet away. So I don't know if
Okay.
you do have your range. So I don't know if you want.
I'm gonna move 5 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna get within the range of him. Got it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna yell at him that he's a fat idiot, and I'm gonna reckless.
Calling people a fat idiot is pretty reckless.
Yeah, right. It is.
Free vicious
Um,
mockery attack.
Yeah. Okay. So, which ambush is he?
He's number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Bam.
Oh God.
Unfortunately, yeah, he is nimble.
Fuck.
He sees you coming up there, and he says that, and he like slightly gives you a look, but as you go to swing, he almost just like ducks down and matrix it as your swing is like a little bit higher because you're tall, and he just completely avoids it.
All right, I'm gonna do one more thing because I have a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell that I'm gonna eat you, and then I'm gonna shift.
Are you gonna shift? Okay. You
Yeah.
can certainly do that. You know what? Just for fun, roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Just for fun. I just want to see how badly you roll. Okay.
No.
2 + 3 is a 5. He doesn't seem too concerned that you might eat him.
That's fine. I just, you know.
Because he also
No.
notices you still have a bowl tucked around your arm, and that you might be talking about that.
Well, the bowl is empty. I will say the bowl.
Oh, the bowl's
is
empty now. Okay, never mind. All right. Even in a raid, you don't drop your bowl.
Nope.
All right. This is for Olive. Olive, as you're dealing with that, the guy you just blasted is like looking at the two of you, and he kind of moves over the side and pulls out a small crossbow and shoots at it towards you. As he realizes that, especially with what you just did, you're probably a little bit more dangerous. That hits.
I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay, what is your AC with shield?
15.
Oh yeah, then that doesn't hit.
Nice.
Great.
And I will add a shield to you, so you have your increased AC now. Perfect. And then, does he only get the one? Yeah, he gets the. Yeah, he's not in melee range, so that's fine. That's all he gets. But he noticed you do that, and he kind of watches you as you do that. Then these other two will go. They're gonna try to keep doing this. Okay, that one will actually hit him, and then this one won't. Yeah, he sucks. So the one guy who's actually being grappled does get like a slight swipe in on Graf over there, and deals a little bit of damage to him. But Graf does. I mean, he looks pretty hardy, so he doesn't even really flinch when doing it. But he's still dodging the other guy at this point. And at this point, I forgot. Oh no! Wait, never mind. We're good. Artis, you are now awake. You are prone technically. So you gotta if you want to stand up, you have to use half your movement to do so. You're muted also.
Artist, you're muted.
Yeah, you're good.
The guy who took me down, he's engaged with Walrus now, isn't he?
He is engaged with Walrus, but unfortunately for your sneak attack, they have to be within 5 feet, and Walrus has a longer reach, and he's only 10 feet. He's 10 feet away from him. So
I know. I just want to know whether he's looking at me or not.
Not at the moment.
Okay, then I stand from prone.
Okay, you do that. Yep, and you're now next to the guy. You're in between Goodbrand, who's right behind you, and the guy that you were running up towards a second ago.
And I'm going to basically introduce my rapier to his ribs.
Okay. He's number 5.
There we go.
Oh, you got it.
And we want to go to actions. Attack. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
My dice rolls are atrocious tonight.
Unfortunately, yeah. He's
Well, again though, can't you get advantage by using your mage hand?
I'm gonna say it's only lasts a minute. I'm gonna say the last time you would have cast Mage Hand, it would have been over a minute by now.
Okay.
Because he cast it before you guys kicked in the front door, the top door, and by the time you guys walked down the stairs, kicked in the other door, and then got ambushed, it'd have been pretty close to a minute. So a couple rounds of combat have gone by. He doesn't have his.
Oh,
Mage
and
Hand.
he went unconscious.
I was
so it would've
unconscious.
Oh yeah,
that
he
would've
would.
gone
No,
away.
I don't actually. Does unconscious matter? I don't know. Oh, we'll just
I'm
say
pretty
he
sure it's
doesn't.
a concentration spell.
Shit.
We'll just say he doesn't have it
Yeah.
because either way, I think it would have been
Mhm.
a minute. So, so unfortunately, yes, that does miss, but he does look to be occupied with you now. At the moment. Did you want to do anything else in particular?
I'm not familiar enough with the system.
Well,
I'll
so
end my
you've
round
used your
there.
you've used your action and you've used half your movement. You could technically use half your movement to get out of it, to leave his range if you want. You would technically get an attack of opportunity against you, so he could attack you. But you're a rogue, so you can use your bonus action to disengage and cause the attack not to happen. You can also use that action to hide or dash if you wanted to. You're not going to really be able to hide right next to him, so pretty much really the other option other than staying put or casting a bonus action spell, which you don't really have, is disengaging and running away from him.
I'll disengage.
Okay, you could do that, and you've got 15 feet of your movement. Are you trying to go towards a person, or are you just trying to get away from everyone?
Just to get away from anyone.
All right, so I'll say you back towards the doors that you guys were going towards to leave, and so you're kind of you're 15 feet away from that guy, and you're a little bit farther from the other two. So you've gotten the distance. Perfect. All right, so it's these guys' turn. So this guy's actually going to close the gap on Walrus, and he will pull out his short sword, which you can see he also seems to have a specialty, or a slightly different looking holster for. Not its holster, but you know what I mean. Sheath, that's what the word I was trying to fucking come up with. And he will go after you and see if he can hit you.
He gets advantage.
Oh, he does. Oof. 25 does hit. So you take at first.
Smidge.
You take 5 piercing damage.
Oh, that's fine.
Reduced even lower. And then obviously because of your thing. But you do have to make this Constitution save. Which you succeed.
Oh yeah.
So
It's the only thing I've rolled well on today.
you only take half of this. So you take half of
Oh.
20. So you take
Doesn't he? Oh, never mind. He's not.
you take 10, but you lose all your temporary hit points and you only take 2 actual damage.
He sucks.
But he gets a second attack.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He has multi-attack with his short
I
sword.
spoke too soon.
I don't know why you were yelling like that. A 21
Because
hits.
it doesn't.
It does hit. 5 piercing damage again, reduced to 2 because you're raging.
Oh,
You make another Constitution save, which you again succeed. So you only take half of this damage.
Good.
Half of 21, which is 10. So you're still doing all right. You're still raging. You're still got your shift going on, but unfortunately, yelling fat and you didn't realize how fast he was caught you a little off guard when he closed the
A
distance.
little bit.
Okay. And these two guys, this one at this point is looking around for where the invisible one is. And for a second, looks, but then turns towards Goodbrand and runs over to him and will actually try to attack Goodbrand. That's a big old fat miss, and this is probably also going to be a... Oh, no, that actually does hit.
It's over 20?
The 22. It's an 18
God
plus 4.
damn it. Well, I'm going down.
No, you don't. 6 damage. So you have
But
1
I need
health.
a concentration.
You already did. You rolled a 14.
Okay.
So you're good.
I
Okay.
still have 1 hit point.
You do. You still have 1 hit point at the moment. This guy, is going to run after Artis, though. Because,
I still have 1 hit point.
he's going to run closer to Artis and attack him with a short sword. So that does hit. 8 damage to Artis. And this one will also swing at, but that's a miss. So, the one you were dealing with, Artis, runs back over towards you and takes 2 swipes. One hitting, doing a little bit, but the other one doing fine. Are you dodging out of the way? Goodbrand, it's now your turn.
I'm going to use my last first level spell. to cast Inflict Wounds.
All right. It's number 1.
Where is that? Why is that not here? Hold on.
Did you not prepare it?
Oh, because
you already checked off the spell.
I checked off the thing. That's yeah. And you said that's number 1?
Yeah, you're next to number 1. That hits.
Yes. Then
again, these guys aren't as fast as the one guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
15 damage. Yeah, they are a little bit harder than the 2 blinded guys, but it does seem to be a significant amount of damage as you go and you reach out and you grab his arm.
I throw my mace to the ground and I grab him by the throat and I start picking him up.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, yeah. You just drop your mace and I'm just
yelling.
And you're yelling. And as you're doing so, these just dark veins come from your fingertips and almost just like envelop for a second, and you just see like. Almost like part of his body is like wrinkling and aging, but also like almost pruning up. Yeah, it definitely hurts him.
And I'm also on 1 hit point, so it's just blood all over.
Yeah, you just hear as you're like blood is starting to come over your face. Yeah. You're going full on Viking here.
Yes.
That is your action to do that. I didn't know if you want to do that.
As a bonus action, I spit my blood into his face as this is happening, and that's the end of my turn.
Beautiful.
I'll allow that.
And I throw him on the ground after that. I mean, obviously, he doesn't go prone or anything.
Okay. That actually
for the flavor. Because technically, I'm not grappling.
Graf, the guy he's grappling, luckily, as he gets swiped with the sword, he's able to grab his arm, and you just hear a as he breaks the guy's arm, and he lets go of the sword, and he suddenly grabs it and swings around and slashes him on the side, and he does. He doesn't have to. They have very low amounts. They are not very good. Dead. So the guy he was grabbing, he actually slashes across the gut, and the guy just collapses while he pulls out. He goes over to the other guy, and I'll see if he hits him. Oh, yeah, he did.
Kill them all!
Yep, nope, he does actually kill that guy too.
Yes!
They're two very not hardy individuals, and he just slashes that guy across the chest, and you can see the other guy like and collapse while there's only one individual left, the guy who's been kind of looking at you, who is now like darting between the two of you at the moment as he's kind of getting his crossbow again ready. But then it becomes your turn, as that's all he could do.
Great. I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the guard again.
Okay. You can do that. That will hit, and right before you do that, let me add your damage. There you go.
Great.
Now you can roll your damage.
Gross.
1 fire damage, but you still get the extra 4 radiant, which is again better than nothing. You're slamming into them with these fire bolts, but you're unsure if he's just got heavier armor and stuff like that. Like, he's obviously taking damage. You're seeing like small burns appear like around his neck where the fire bolt's kind of hitting his armor, but it doesn't. He's a hardy individual. It doesn't seem to be doing too much at the moment.
Right. Okay.
But you're still doing stuff. It's not nothing. Did you want to do anything else? I don't think so, right?
Can I quicken spell again and use another cantrip? Or is that 2 spells?
You can. Nope, that's 2.
I can.
2 cantrips
All right.
are fine.
Great. I'm gonna use my last 2 sorcery points and try to hit him with Firebolt again.
Okay. That does hit. Now I'm gonna read it again. I don't think you get Radiant Soul again. I think it's only 1 time per turn.
Once on each of your turns. Yes.
So you will get the Firebolt damage though. So roll that. 4 more fire damage. Yeah, again, you're slamming them as quick as you can get them out using all your magic that you can. And it is damage, but again, he's got a lot. He looks, this guy's in particularly, now that you've blasted enough that his hood has gone and has fallen down, and you notice he does have like braided hair, and he does have a few scars along the side. He looks like he's been through a lot and has probably hardened up because of it. So So it's a bit. But that, assuming you're not doing anything else. So,
That's it.
Ethla, it's your turn. You are still invisible till the end of this turn. You have backed to the corner, and no one's really paid that much attention to you, and
That's
not really found you.
what I like to hear. So these dudes, they must be pretty injured now, you know. Most of them pretty owie.
No. The only one who's the most injured, really at all, is the one that Goodbrand just grabbed by the throat.
Okay.
Which is the one that is the shoe one who you've been dealing with. The other two are looking fine. They've been dodging really well.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna not pick the one who's most injured. I wanna pick probably the one with the not the most health, unless they're the same, but the kind of middle one. It's hard to identify targets when I can't see them.
You're good. You're good. Looking at the one who's going after Artis, he doesn't seem to be the meatiest one, but he also hasn't been injured. So I will give you that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna launch it at him because it's like 2d6, and I don't.
Well, so you get 3 bolts of fire to use, and you can target all of them on one person. You can attack all 3 individuals. You could put 2 on one guy and 1 on the other, but you get 3 full blasts to blast out, which is 1 use.
Oh, so each.
Yeah, you create
One
3
does
rays of
2d6.
fire and you hurl them out. You roll an attack for each one, and then each does 2d6. And then on one of them, because of your
okay.
ability, you get the necrotic damage on one of them.
And you can
on the
roll
first one.
and then see how that does, and then roll again. And
Yeah,
see how that
I'll
does.
technically count the first one that hits. You would get that
Okay.
extra damage.
Yep, the first one that hits. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna target the
And they would technically, since you're using them all at once, they technically all are at advantage because you're invisible.
yes, perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, the uninjured one then.
Okay.
So I will cast that.
All 3?
Well, yeah, but oh my god,
Well, you missed the
why are
first
my
one.
rolls so terrible
You missed
today?
the first one, but you're still got 2 more with advantage.
I want one good roll.
Well, there's a good roll.
There we go.
The 19.
And then I'm gonna assume that's not gonna kill him, so I'll just do the last one as well, which is 15.
Okay, 15.
Okay, so I'll roll 2 attack and then add the.
Just roll the 2
Already
damages, and then I'll roll an additional d6, and I'll just add it all together.
Yep.
That's 9 fire damage, 6 fire damage, then roll a d6 because that's your inspiration die. You can just grab a d6 from the bottom. And roll it.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 necrotic, and he's also
17 total.
and is frightened of you until its next turn. Okay,
Yep.
got it. The end of its next turn. Got it. Okay.
Yep, and I'm no longer invisible.
So
And
15, 17 points of damage to the one next to Artis, and then he is also frightened, which I will add right now. Yes, you
still
are also
have-
uninvisible. I'm going to change that right now.
a final 2nd level spell slot, so I'm gonna healing word. Good brand
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
for
I'll
8.
allow that. All right. Heal good brand. All right. Got it. Keeping the healer alive. Perfect. Good brand. Just
Healer
as you're...
has no heals left.
I know. Good brand. As you're dropping this individual, you hear the word. As you see these bolts of fire come down, and 2 of them hitting the guy that went after Artis. You hear this just nice, comforting word from Ethla over in the corner, giving you a little bit more hardiness than you did a second ago. All right. Did you want to move or do any? Did you want to move at all?
Not really.
I assumed.
Not really, no.
One of
Walrus,
us should probably survive.
All right.
It's your turn. So you're right next to the guy.
Yep. Second verse, same as the first. Reckless and attack.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, you're attacking number 2.
I don't like him. He's got a stupid sword that's pointy and it hurts me.
It did.
He's
do those things.
what number is he? 2?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Excellent. Love it. Love it. All right.
Just so everyone knows, he had advantage
I
and he rolled 2 ones.
Love it. I love it.
What the fuck is happening today?
I'm changing my colors.
How
It's
is
fine.
that possible?
Hey. We don't ask that question. We just be sad. Because that's all I could do.
Yeah, unfortunately, you still don't have 2 attacks yet.
I don't have anything else. Don't eat Twizzlers. My cat was trying to eat my Twizzlers.
This is
Not the Twizzlers.
Oh my god, he both. Okay, the guy that's fighting, Graf and Olive runs forward towards Graf and pulls out a sword, but almost artfully, Graf like uses his sword to block, and they just kind of keep at it. He doesn't hit with either of his attacks.
Very impressed by this, giving him an impressed look.
He is surprisingly much more nimble than you expected for an older gentleman, and he looks combat trained and stuff like that. He has been doing this for a long time, it looks like.
I don't trust this guy.
Okay, you don't have. I didn't say you had to trust him. I'm just saying what has happening.
I
You don't
trust him. He looks
trust
shifty.
Artist,
I trust all of you. I think you just need to have more respect for the princess.
it is your turn. He is backed. The guy that ran up towards you and slashed at you and just hit you a little bit, just gets blasted in the back by 2 bolts of fire that you see Ethla using his crown, his circlet from a distance at. But he is still in front of you. He looks a bit more hurt than he did a second ago. What would you like to do?
Okay. Does Mage Hand provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, you can cast Mage Hand. It's just your action to do so.
Wait,
So can I do that and stab the guy in the same round?
No. That's
No?
that's the thing. Yeah, you'd have to cast Mage Hand and leave it up, and then like hopefully like not get knocked out or anything like that, and then my brain is going away. And then the next
try
turn.
and give him a new piercing then.
That's up to you.
Yep. I'll try and give him a new piercing and then disengage.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So just make your attack. 15 does definitely hit. And 7, yeah, 7 more damage. He looks very injured. You go and you slash him actually across the neck, trying to get at his throat, and you do see blood starting to trickle down from it, and he looks to be a little bit more woozy. Again, he's not dead yet, but he is almost there, and he's kind of like actually slightly like you see this like weird black energy kind of creeping near his hairline that you don't really realize. It almost looks like smoke, and you see him casually like darting his eyes over to where Ethla is, in like a more like upset look. But as he does that, and you disengage and start to run off, he's like, ugh, and he doesn't obviously get the attack because you disengage. But so you run kind of farther away from him, kind of around. You're starting to get closer to where Walrus and the other guy are, but you're not too close yet, so not a big deal. All right. So it's these guys' turn. This guy is going to fucking go after Walrus. I mean, he's literally next to him.
No, I just realized I was just looking it up because I was very curious. The thing with the mage hand where you can distract him is only at like level 13 and above.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was also thinking that too, but I didn't want to correct you because I hadn't looked lately. Oh my god, really? Fuck me.
It's been a
Alright.
while since I looked too.
Please
I
tell
never
me
played
he
Arcane
missed.
Fixer.
Oh, he misses with both.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I don't know how, but whatever.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
somehow you guys both
No,
magically
damn it.
just
Are
Somehow you got our luck for today for
are
a second.
missing. Yeah, you guys are missing each other but almost because you're swinging at each other. Like, you both swing at the same time and happen to miss, and because you expected you guys to be. But this one is still up on Goodbrand, who's now like kind of he's grabbing his neck and coughing. And yeah, he'll just go after Goodbrand.
Dillon, a question really fast.
Yeah.
Does that mean my rage is going to end when my turn comes around?
No, you just have to make an attack. It doesn't have to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Or someone has to attack you. That attack doesn't have to hit.
Yeah, it's either you have to be
I have to have
attacked, you have to attack, you have to be attacked, or you have to take damage. I think. Those
Oh,
are
I have
the
to be
three
attacked as
things.
well. Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, but even you missing, as long as you've attacked,
still counts?
you are still good.
All right, cool.
What? Oh, that one actually does hit Goodbrand. It's another 22. He rolled an 18. So 6 damage, but you still have your concentration up. And that one just barely misses with a 19 because of your thing. So that one's good, and then this one will follow. He can't get closer to Ethla, so he can actually only go back towards Artis. So he will, but he will miss these attacks probably because he's at disadvantage. Oh yeah, that's a big fat miss, and this will probably be also a big fat miss. Yeah, it was. Okay. Frightened, and then he loses the frightened because it's the end of his turn. Alright. Goodbrand, it's your turn. You just took another hit from the guy right next to you.
Okay.
But he still looks injured.
I don't have my mace anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast.
I will be
Toll the
nice
Dead.
and say it's at your feet. It didn't get like kicked away. You could
No, we're all good.
instance
We're all
you
good.
could pick it up.
Oh, I know, but I'm cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Which one is he? He's 2, right? No,
He's 5.
ambush.
He's
5.
He's 5.
Okay.
Yeah, he failed that.
Awesome. And then I get the damage 2 on Toll the Dead.
Yeah, I mean, you probably. Apparently, you will need the higher damage die because that literally is just enough.
Okay, so I don't have my mace on me anymore, so I would usually Toll the Dead by, ringing my shield.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I use his face.
I was about to say. I was literally thinking you just grab your shield and dong him on the side of the head, making the loud dinging noise and the ringing.
Well,
of the
it's
ear.
one of the it's one of the shields that you hold like with your fist
Yeah,
up, like
so
it's
you
it's like
don't-
Viking shield. So I just like punch him in the
Yeah.
face with the bell
That's
of my
fine.
shield.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
And he kind of has it. It almost looks like his nose might be slightly broken, but like the ringing of the thing, you can hear him like you can see him grab his ears, and as he kind of does, he just kind of goes to the ground, conscious or dead.
And then I rush up to where Luthgra is fighting that dude.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of get over to them. Luckily, you have just enough movement to basically get there next. Perfect. Okay. Olive, as you're fighting. Well, actually, I will.
Oh, I pick up my mace on the way.
I will say you do. I know. I got it. Okay, so he deals. Okay. So he deals a little bit of damage to the guy as they're swiping swords. Still, he gets a hit in on that. But luckily, he seems to be distracting the guy well enough that he's not paying attention that much to you anymore.
Excellent. Great. So I'm going to cast magic missiles at a 2nd level.
All right.
So that'll be 4 glowing darts.
Yeah. So just
Cool,
roll
cool.
the damage on that 4 times, and one of them will get the radiant, which I just added. That one will get the radiant, so that's 9 total. 5, 4, 3, and if you had 2 more, it would have been 2, and then it would have been lower than 2. No. Yeah, actually a very good amount of damage total. As
Hell
you just cast this as one of them even gets this glowing energy from your eyes, almost as you string those missiles across, and as Graf finished slashing, he backs up, and they all go and slam him on the side, kind of right where his wounds are. And he's like, ugh! And he kind of looks over, and he's starting to look a little bit more panicked than he did a moment ago. As this individual now has a weapon, and you are hitting him a lot harder than a second ago, so looking a little bit more worried. Did you want to do anything else?
Bonus action, I'm gonna thumbs up Graf.
Okay. I will say Graf unfortunately does not quite notice. He is very much in the middle of things.
Yeah.
But he probably secretly appreciates it, even though he did not see it. Ethel, it's your turn. You're still in the corner. The guy you had frightened just became dead. Or no, I'm sorry. The guy you had frightened did not become dead. It's the other guy that did so. So you have the guy that you just became frightened over there by Artis, and then you have the guy that's being flanked by both Walrus and Goodbrand at the moment.
Okay. Are there... Ooh, wait, hold on. Just need to quickly read to make sure spell does what I think it does. No, it does not. Darn. I was gonna cast Fairy Fire to give everyone advantage, and then I realized that would also give advantage to the enemies as well.
Yeah, if they failed it, yes, technically.
Yeah, so let's not do that with these healths. Dissonant Whisper.
I will say you could angle them if you were looking to. You wouldn't be able to get both of the enemies, but if you were looking for one in particular, you could angle it enough where you could get one person in and not your allies. You wouldn't be able to get both of the enemies.
Yeah, personally, I just don't think it's worth it to use a whole action for one enemy.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, it's I'll just viciously mock. Let's viciously mock the unhealthiest guy at the moment.
That would be the guy that is fighting Artis at the moment.
Yeah, let's viciously mock him.
Okay. I'll just make him roll the save real quick. Okay, he does succeed. So unfortunately, your insult does not go through.
He's got a much higher opinion of himself.
Okay,
Your mother
fine.
smells of elderberries. Yes, she does.
Listen,
actually.
I've gotten off social media lately, and I feel much
It's a
better about
problem.
myself.
We're trying to address it with her counselor, but it's just not working.
And I'm gonna chuck a level 1 healing word at Artis.
Okay.
Artist, the artist.
There we go. Artist, you do feel a little bit better as you hear an echoing word of remembrance all the way across.
You call sweet nothings.
You do.
You're doing great.
Assuming you don't want to do anything else.
You've got this.
Walrus.
I believe in you.
Walrus, it's
All right.
your turn again.
Son of a bitch.
You see Goodbrand come over to start helping you out, but
Fucking... God damn it.
this guy is nimble.
This is a one-note song, but fuck it. Can I control? Because I'm tired of doing this.
Yes, you've targeted.
I did?
Oh, you did for a second, then you untargeted. You
How about now?
targeted. Yep.
Alright, fantastic, because I'm tired of doing that. Go! Thank fuck!
21 does hit.
Finally!
I mean, this guy has not a low armor class, so.
But still, come on.
I
I've
know
rolled
you've
garbage.
been rolling garbage.
There we go. Oh, it's not terrible.
17 damage.
Fuck you,
of
you
slashing
fat
and necrotic.
motherfucker.
As you finally slash across his side with your halberd and pull back, and as you do, you see a little bit of blood trickling out. As he barely missed the dodge, but he doesn't look immediately he doesn't look bloodied or anything like that. He took it, and he kind of is looking at you, and he's kind of smiling a little bit more than you expect as his mass is now kind of fallen down.
Yeah, you
As you realize he is
Smile,
actually a little,
dick.
he's way more hardy than you're expecting already.
can't push the button. There we go. I just call him a smiling dick, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, that's. Okay.
Ow! Stop
Okay,
being
that one
bitey.
will hit.
You want attention? You gotta not bite me.
Okay, so Graf gets hit by, or he gets hit by one attack out of the two, as he doesn't quite get the dodge, and unfortunately he kind of slightly kills over as he gets hit, as he seems to have taken a lot of poison damage from that. As the guy, this is the first time all of you're noticing is that the sheath that this guy that you guys are fighting right now has seems to almost be a little bit larger than the sword it carries. And your guess is that it might have some kind of poison on it, as getting hit by it has now kind of really hurt Graf at the moment. But he's still up for sure. You know, maybe another hit or two from that he might not be though. Artis, it's your turn. So you're still next, or you have backed away from the guy has come back towards you and swiped
Yeah,
at you.
he re-engaged with me.
Yeah.
Is
so
it
he's
one or
next to you.
two?
He's one.
Okay.
He is number
There we
one.
go. Okay, so I'm going to repeat before. I'm going to try and ventilate him a bit and then disengage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack then. 20 hits. So roll your damage for your rapier. Only 5, but luckily, again, this guy is not as meaty. He is looking very hurt. He's kind of at this point, like, you stab at him in the shoulder, and he's grabbing it, and he's looking angry at
I've stabbed him twice now. He just needs to die already.
I just need to stab you a little more.
I even changed my dice color.
Yeah, but you're getting there.
Come
You're
over
getting
to
closer.
the dice changing color side.
I mean, it hadn't really worked out as much.
It worked
but,
for me. I changed it, and I fucking hit the guy.
Yeah, we'll see.
I call that empirical evidence.
Did you want to try to disengage and go away again, or are you sticking where
Yes.
you're at? Okay.
I call that
and
anecdotal
disengage.
evidence.
So you keep
Whatever.
trying to get Chase. At this point, you kind of have to avoid getting back into the fight with, or getting into the fight with Goodbrand and all of them. So you go back towards where you were at before, passing him, and yeah, you've gotten a good distance away,
I'm not going unconscious.
but you will try to catch him.
Oh, did I? When I got hit last, did I get it? It automatically rolled the Constitution saving throw for me, right? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's doing that. And I would have told you if you failed, but it will take it off if you fail. But I will have told you. But yeah, you succeeded last time. I think you rolled a 14 last time. Yeah, I mean, you're giving him opportunities to get advantage. He's gonna go for it. That hits.
No, it doesn't.
I attack him.
That's fine. I'm still gonna do the damage first.
Okay.
So 9 piercing damage reduced to 4 because you're raging. You have to make this Constitution saving throw, which you succeed.
Yeah, fuck you.
I mean, unless I roll a bunch of 1s, you're still probably gonna. Yeah.
No, fuck me.
So you take 9, but you do hit your mace attack. So you're unconscious, Walrus, as you fall to the ground unconscious.
Ah, god damn it.
Only 4 damage to your with your mace, as yeah, you do swing across him with your sentinel attack. Oh, you already take him off. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll also take this.
Dice hate us tonight.
Yeah, the dice are not in your favor at the moment. But
Please tell me he doesn't attack me again.
no, he's smart
Okay.
enough to attack the person who's standing.
I just wanted to make
is
sure. I
good.
insulted him several times.
You did, but he misses Goodbrand, because Goodbrand's armor is really good right now. As he kind of like looks as you go down, and then takes the small hit from the side, but immediately turns to go hit. But luckily, Goodbrand, you have your shield up and are able to just block it out of the way. And you can see the slight sheen of the poison still dripping from the weapon. This one again is still gonna just. There's kind of like I mean, there's.
Yeah, it popped into my head too.
All right. So that's a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
I
God.
don't want to hear that.
Eight
Fuck
damage
you.
to Artis. What? I didn't. Did I laugh? I went like
TPK.
this, and then I said that's a
TPK.
natural 20. That's what I
Okay.
did.
Regardless.
You can go back on the tape. That
It's
hits
fine.
also. Barely. I think that matched your armor class, so you take 4 extra damage, and now you go back unconscious. As he just reaches you, and with the 2 swipes is able to bleed you
You're
out
in
just
danger.
enough. Haha, I am in danger. But Gridbrand, it's your turn. You're still armored up. You still got your magical armor kind of ingrained into
Toll
you
the
as
dead.
well. Oh, he fails
Yes.
Good.
by a lot.
Oh, you could-
Oh, come on!
You guys are actually making these hits, but you're rolling so low on the damages and everything like that. Only 2 as you bang your mace against your shield again. He goes to clamp his hands, and you see hands over his ears, and you see him take some kind of effect from it, but it obviously wasn't as much as you were hoping it would be. Did you want? I don't think you'd want to do anything else, right?
I can't do anything else.
Okay, I'm making sure.
Shield of Faith is a nice little spell.
Because
Shield of Faith
quaffing
is a
a
good
potion is a full action, and that can just
Uh,
fuck up.
and no, in my campaign it's bonus.
Then I fucking drink a healing potion.
Okay, go ahead and drink your healing potion.
How do I do that from the inventory? Can I just grab it? And,
I don't. Did I not put that effect in yet? I didn't. I usually.
Well,
put
I
it
don't
in
know.
one.
Hold on, let me see.
What was the amount?
2d4 plus 2. So I can I'll roll the 2d4.
Yeah, and I'll just add it.
Nice.
Exactly the amount that you would have wanted. An exact 4 and 4, so that's 10. So there you go. And you only have 1.
I'd rather have the damage.
You do, yeah, it's true. But yeah, you quickly pull out that healing potion and just and throw it and break it across the ground.
Throw it at him.
Sure, it doesn't really change much. It just kind of bonks off the side of him and then lands on the ground and shatters. Other than he slightly smirks at that.
You heal him for 1
Oh, I already
point
rolled
because
it
there's
up.
a little bit left.
God damn it!
Okay, so
Got a drop in his eye.
Yeah. He had a cataract in that eye. It's now better. Oh,
Graf
thank you.
luckily is getting back up and gets a couple swipes. Only 1 hits though, and does a little bit of damage.
Great.
But the guy is starting to look a little bit more worried. The hit with the poison gave him a little bit more confidence, but yeah, he doesn't look good also.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2nd level magic missiles again.
All right,
Love
do your
magic.
4 bolts again. 8 with your radiant. 5, 2,
4.
3.
All right, 18. I'll take it.
Hey, yeah, that is a very good amount. 18.
Guys,
You just suddenly see, as you see blood kind of dripping down his face, he looks like he is about to pass out. He's literally on 1 hit point.
No! Fuck!
Yep,
hate that feeling.
yep.
And
Well-
he kills Griff.
Yeah, no, I don't want him to kill him.
Will, did you want to do absolutely anything else? I didn't give you that chance. I don't think you really
Oh,
have anything.
I don't think I can do anything else. I mean, I'm gonna bonus action spit in his fucking face.
Kick him.
I'm not gonna do anything, but it's
Sure. Yeah, I'll say your
demeaning.
spit has enough distance to get to his foot, and
It's on his shoe.
because yeah, it's on his shoe, and we're all about shoes today here. So Ethla, it's now your turn. So there are only 2 individuals left. One who just knocked Artis out by chasing him, and the other one who just knocked Walrus out by attacking him.
Again.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna run at the closest one, which I think is the one that got Artis.
They're about the same distance from you, to be honest.
Okay, well, I'll run at the one that is by Luthgra then.
Okay.
And I'm gonna-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the stabby.
Stabby stab.
13.
13 is not enough for that guy.
Fucking fuck.
Yeah.
This guy is beefy.
He's I'll tell you, he's got a 15 armor class. He doesn't have a huge one, but he doesn't have
God, shit.
But he doesn't have the other guys have 12, so he's
Oh, I should have gone for the other one.
well, but you don't know that now. So but you were next to the unconscious walrus while also being next to Goodbrand as well.
Okay. Level 1 healing word on walrus.
Okay.
Might as well just.
back.
Oh.
Hey, I'm
He's
conscious.
awake, so
Yeah.
that's better than a death save, so
I mean, I'm gonna go unconscious and immediately, but
oh, you
something.
probably will, but we'll find that out in a second.
And I think that is moi.
All right.
Fuck.
Walrus,
Oh,
you
God.
have awoken. You are no
I have a
longer
decision
raging.
to. I can't. I don't have a decision. Okay. Bonus action rage.
Okay.
It's not gonna help me as much as shifting would, but it's fine. Uh,
I'm assuming you
Reckless.
stood up.
yeah, I stand up. No, son of a fuck me, dude.
I think
a
this
5
game
and a
is
3,
rigged.
so 11 does not unfortunately hit.
Just
Um,
just kill me.
You
I clearly don't want to be
He
alive.
tried already.
you try to make the stand up and slash across him with your halberd, just quickly trying to make an attack while he's not noticing that you've stood up. But unfortunately,
on the
he
potion
seems to be
bottle.
aware of all of you guys, and the second you do that, he takes the step back and completely dodges it.
Mother ape ass.
Yeah, this guy bolts. He disengages and bolts.
Nice.
Olive, as Graf and you are looking at this, he looks at both of you, and you see like a small look of realization, and then you see Graf go to swipe at him, and as he does, he dodges down and just sprints down the hallway.
Okay.
And he did it like a Naruto run.
Slightly. Artist, you succeeded your death save, so you are not. You are still unconscious, but you're not
Yay,
closer
artist.
to dying yet. This guy.
Just
Yeah, he wants to go over. He wants to go after the healer. Just drink a potion in front of his face. That misses.
oh, nice.
That misses. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. Not two not good rolls. He's going to swipe his sword at you, but you're luckily having your shield up, and this heavily armored magic just blocks all of this that's going on. While the other guy. He will rush over to his side and try to attack Goodbrand as well.
Oh, good.
It's free real estate.
It is free real estate. No, yeah, they both miss. 18 and a 17 don't hit him, unfortunately. Yeah. Goodbrand, you suddenly get from two
Goodbrand is
sides
not here.
multiple attacks. Well, I don't care.
I know. I'm telling you because it's turns next.
I know. That's why I'm trying to be a little slower on it. He gets attacked from both sides, and the people who are awake can see this. But luckily, you can see this like small bit of glow onto his armor that the parts that he might actually be getting hit on, you just see a flash and it bounces off.
Did he
as-
attack me or did he attack?
both of
Luthra?
them both attacked you, and
Okay.
and none
And
of
they
them
missed?
None of them hit. Yeah, the highest one of them got was an 18, which with your armor, with your spell, doesn't
Yeah.
hit you. So
Yeah.
basically, I was describing you getting double teamed, but somehow making it out pretty easily. So it
Yeah.
is
Sorry,
now-
I have to.
No, you're
yeah.
fine.
There's. Yeah. Sorry.
You're perfectly fine. We're running a little bit late, but we're gonna be done soon. Goodbrand.
Are they both
go.
within 5 feet of me?
At the moment, yes.
Then I am casting that other spell.
Yeah, that one.
Oh no,
Word
not
of
that
Radiance.
other spell.
Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance.
Sure.
So I'm going to drop one here, and I'm going to drop one here.
They both fail.
Yes.
Just roll your damage
Um,
once and I'll add it to both.
Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh shit! Sorry. 4 damage to each.
4 damage to each. You can see the one gentleman who ran over there just a second ago to help out as you say this distinct word, and it blasts both of them. The one guy doesn't seem too affected, but the other guy is now he's barely hanging on at this point.
And I will drink my minor potion.
Okay.
Because I have that one that does less. I think it's 1d4 plus 1 is what you said it was. The one that I made.
Yeah, I pull it up right now. Because I have it. Or maybe I did write it down. I totally did, didn't I? Yeah, we'll just say that. But it was a 1d4 plus 1. That's what I said?
Yeah, 1d4 plus 1.
So 5. I just rolled it because I did it. So
Awesome.
because I rolled the max, so you're good.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
So yeah, you take this like healing potion. It doesn't taste as good as the healing potions that you've bought and things like that before. It definitely doesn't have that big of a kick or anything like that, but it does. You feel a little bit better, and you're actually praising the fact that you made that at the moment. So that is assumingly the end of your turn. Olive, at this point, Graf kind of goes around the corner, but he kind of stumbles a little bit with the poison still kind of going through his system. But he can kind of see him down the hallway a little bit, but is also kind of looking casually towards the door where all your guys' stuff is at. What do you want to do?
Can I also go around and see
you
where
can.
he is down the hallway and
Again,
see how far he is from me?
Yeah, I mean, even with your wings, you even kind of boost yourself around, and you pass Griff a little bit. You can see he's actually made his way decently down, but you can see he's just about to go around a curve, and he's about 45 feet away.
Great. I mean, I'm gonna cast magic missiles at him.
All right. Honestly, you don't even need to roll the damage. It's just literally you come around the corner and you point, and as you point, these 3 missiles like come out, one of them even more energized, and just down the hallway. And as he's turning the corner, you just and he almost just disappears around the corner as you see him crash onto the ground. And you can even just see his legs like poking out of the corner, and he doesn't seem to be moving at all.
Great.
Um,
I'm gonna go to the door with
so
our
you
stuff
guys,
in it.
I will say, start heading over there as
Yeah.
back to Efla. Yep. So you're still looking. Artist is still on the ground at the moment, but he doesn't be looking too bad at the moment. The 2 guys are next to Goodbrand, who's kind of right nearby you, or right next to you, and one of them looks really hurt, and one of them is only looking a little bit.
I want to stab the really hurt one. Wait, which one was the 12 AC guy?
Really
Or do I
hurt
know
guy.
now?
Really hurt guy.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
one.
stab the really hurt guy.
Okay, you kind of have to go around Goodbrand a little bit, but
I'll
it's
take
very,
a wide.
It's very
yeah.
easy. I'm just letting you know you move. You use some of your movement, but you get there, so you can make the stab now. 24.
Finally!
definitely
Nice.
roll your damage just to see how much it is, because of
I
course
actually
when
have quite good damage here. There we go. Hey.
8, more than enough to take out this guy. Yeah, you come in with your rapier, and you just quickly, as Goodbrand's being hit, you just scoot under and just stab him in the side. And as he's coughing up that blood, he just goes and just falls down at this point to where there's only the one gentleman with the poison left.
And then I will also just chuck another level 1 healing word at Artis.
Okay. What your healing word?
I am glad I have so many spell slots.
Yeah.
So am I.
7.
And I'm glad it's a bonus action healing
Yep.
word.
Healing word is an amazing spell. So 7 damage, or I mean, save healing. As Artis, you are now waking up. Looking around, you're on the ground. We'll get to your turn in a second, but you notice that the guy isn't around you. He's actually on the ground a bit over the distance. As you see Efla like looking over to you and like giving you a little wink and a thumbs up as you're getting up. Efla, did you want to do anything else?
I want to just take like a short sigh of relief.
Sure.
And my turn.
We'll even say that was your word.
My word was just a
Yeah, walrus.
breath of life.
Fucking die, you fucking son of a whore!
Did you add your? You didn't
Thank
add.
you.
You didn't add your rage affected you.
I did.
I don't see it on you though.
I'll click it.
There you go. I think you clicked the checkbox, but not the effect.
I
Okay,
think I might have.
go and roll
That's
your
fine.
roll your damage then.
Finally, Jesus.
Don't roll another one.
Fine,
Hold
it's
up.
damaged now.
I'll have to remove
just
some
take-
of that.
Just yeah.
You're good. What? I'll just remove 3 just to be nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So 18 damage as you swipe across, and yeah, that extra radiant damage seeps into his body as you just see him actually at this point like wince a little bit. It was kind of one of the first times he's done it, and he's starting to look a little bit more hurt and a little slower. He's like, he's looking around at the group of you, all that kind of stuff. So that's your attack.
That's. God, can I? I'm gonna bonus action to stomp on his foot. It won't do anything, but it makes me feel better.
It won't. You just you go to stomp for his foot, and he
Makes me feel
he
better.
slightly dodges it. I will say you get the edge of his shoe, which again doesn't do anything.
I hope I break his pinky toe.
Steel toe boots.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just say that. Artist, you are on the ground. I'm assuming you want
Shall
to stand up.
half movement to stand.
Okay. So you
Do I have enough movement to get behind this guy?
if you use your bonus action to dash, yes.
And then I can stab?
Yes.
Then I shall do so. Or
Okay, so
attempt
you-
to do so.
Yeah, you use your rogue's cunning action to bonus action and dash, and that gives you the extra movement to get around behind him. And then yeah, you can try to stab him. And if you hit, you get the sneak attack. Oof, but unfortunately, yeah, a 10 does not hit. As again, he's getting surrounded, but he's still like artfully like dodging. And some things he's not dodging, you actually are just glancing off of his armor as you realize he is a little bit more armored than you expected in some places, since the cloak is covering it. Yeah, unless you wanted to move anywhere else, that's the end of your turn.
I'll disengage.
You can't dash and disengage at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do one or the other. But I mean, he's being surrounded. He has plenty of targets. He needs to go after Walrus first.
No.
That does hit.
I feel like this is a very like Luke and Han on the Death Star saving Princess Leia right now, where she's
kinda
gonna
is.
have to come in and save us.
Probably.
You're not wrong.
This
You're
isn't
not
going
wrong.
well.
You're not wrong. Okay, you resisted that damage. How many attacks? I will say he hasn't sheathed his sword, so he actually doesn't have the poison on it at the moment, because he hasn't done that yet. Because I haven't taken the time to have him do that. So he'll do both of the attacks against Walrus to try to knock him out. Oh, that misses though.
Ah, he sucks.
Stop commenting about that, because I
No,
will say.
I will not.
Well, I'm saying with the rest of his turn, he puts it back in the sheet.
That's fine because there's 2 other people here.
Okay.
Let me
but
be
you're the
overconfident.
one who gives him advantage.
I know, but let me be overconfident. It's
Oh,
never
you know
come back to
what?
bite me
Wait.
before. No waiting. No, there's no waiting. There's only continuing.
No, you go unconscious. I forgot he has sneak
What?
attack. He has sneak attack.
Fuck!
Wait, how does he get sneak attack? He's got no allies around him. Oh wait, no, he has advantage because you're fucking. God damn it!
Hey! All right. We're not here to point fingers at who fucked up whom.
Stay
Thank you for reminding
away.
me. That because I haven't given it to him because he hasn't had allies.
I didn't say. Who said he had a sneak attack? I didn't say that.
No, but you said. I said you made me think of you're giving him advantage, and then I went, wait. So Walrus does go back unconscious as he does get the stab off. There doesn't seem to be a poison, but he does get right under his ribs and unfortunately bleeds out enough. Bypass that. Good, Brand, it's your turn. Because even with the half damage, he rolled enough to knock you out.
5 hit points.
Is it a bonus action to give somebody else a potion?
No, that is an action.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I that's how I rule it. I rule it if you're
Yeah.
chugging it yourself, bonus action, I'm fine with that. If you're giving it to someone else, that causes you much more of a hassle.
All right. Oh, I did not want to do that. I
Smack
wanted
him.
to do this.
Okay. He did succeed with a natural 20.
God,
Of course he did. A natural 20.
I can take a
that-
picture of it.
No, we
You're-
believe you.
I.
I believe you. I don't
totally
believe the game.
you, dude.
Don't believe the game.
This has been an unbelievably bad luck for everybody.
It's been like
game.
just so, it's like good rolls but bad damage. That's what it's been.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did do Toll the Dead. But unfortunately, he seemed to have noticed that you were about to do it, and immediately, like, he seems to actually have these like weird wax plugs that he immediately knocks into his ears for a second, and he seemed to have been prepared for you doing it a second time. I'm assuming you didn't want to do anything else because that was your action. Good, Brain, you didn't want to do anything else, right?
Oh no, yeah.
You're good. I'm just
I
checking.
wouldn't have gotten up and walked away.
No,
I'm just
I
done.
yeah, you're good.
Sorry.
I was talking, so it was fine. Olive, at this point, the other people are still in combat. You guys are getting into the room and you're starting to search. We'll
I'm also gonna use healing hands on Graf.
Okay. How much
Heals
is
him
that?
a little bit. 4?
Yeah, because it's your level, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not too much, but it does make him a little bit better. So yeah, I'll add that to his stuff. Certainly. I'm actually just gonna even take you out of initiative because we'll go over what you find when we get there. So that means it's Efla's turn. So Efla, it's your go.
Okay.
You see Walrus go back down again, kind of right next to you, but it's still just the one guy left.
Okay. It's the one guy left. You know, there's a few of us here, so I probably don't need to go all out with an attack. I'm going to just chuck a vicious mockery at him. I'm just going to go, ha, your friends are dead.
Okay.
It's not really a mock, but I hope it just makes him feel better.
Oh, it hopefully will. Or he's just not got a soul. It made him feel a little bad,
You know
apparently.
the way.
So, 3 damage, and he gets disadvantage on his next attack.
And then I will just, I will throw my final healing word at...
Can I make a recommendation before he says this?
Go ahead.
I would use it on someone else, because if we do manage to kill him, you can bring me back with a potion.
Okay, fine. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
I
I'm
can also
just
spare
gonna-
the dying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's a lot of
I'm
ways to
just
keep
gonna
me from
save it
dying. Then I would save it for either artists or good brand or yourself.
The only upside, and again, I'm not arguing for him to do it. The only upside is that Walrus would actually get his turn
Yeah, that's true.
because he's next.
True.
But that is entirely up to you. Think about what Efla would do right this moment in the middle of combat. He just vicious mocked. What would he do?
Well, you just said all your friends are dead.
And then you look down at Walrus and you're like, ugh.
Oh, some of my friends are dead.
dying.
Dying.
Yeah.
I think I'll actually give Goodbrand inspiration with my bonus
Can
action.
do that.
Yeah, I think I just click it.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're good.
okay. I'll just give Goodbrand inspiration. I'll go. You have not dead friends. Keep it that way, and then that's my inspiration.
You have not dead friends.
You are so inspiring.
Thank you for
I'm
coming to my
in
TED
awe.
Greatest
talk.
inspiration ever. Yeah.
Walrus, you succeed your first death save.
Nice.
Artists.
I shall continue attempting to ventilate this guy from the rear.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack. That does
There we
hit.
go.
Nice.
Fucking yes.
And you do get your sneak attack. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now let's see if we can finish this. Watch me roll ones. All of the ones.
All
at
of the
once.
Yeah,
Oh!
there it
Stop
is.
calling it. Stop talking. You don't say those things, it won't happen.
You never
Yes,
know.
it would. The dice hate us tonight.
All
They
right.
really do.
It's still 10 damage, which is still a good amount, and he's looking more and more injured. He's still not on death's door, but he is very, very close. That's your main attack. Do you want to do anything else?
Shall disengage.
Okay, you can disengage it back up.
Shit, I was away when he attacked. God damn it. I had to make my salad.
Not the
God
salad.
damn it, my salad.
Shouldn't
I
have
have to be
spent
done
mean,
so
I'll-
much
I'll-
dressing your
I
I
salad.
know, I know. It's okay.
It's fine, I'll
'Cause
allow
I
it
wanted-
now.
I
It
wanted
wouldn't-
to
it's
sentinel
not his
attack
turn
him.
yet. It's not his
I
turn
wanted
yet,
to
so I'll
sentinel
allow a
attack
second
him. So
attack.
can I sentinel attack him? Yes.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Because you technically wouldn't have used your reaction. It would have been
Nope.
his turn. And then it would have
Nope.
been your turn.
Didn't matter
again.
anyway.
Okay. Well, you might...
Worth a shot.
Well, you won't get it again. Actually. Well, actually, you could. Yeah, he's realized Goodbrand is too hard to hit. Right
And I'm
now.
not doing as much damage.
Yeah, he's gonna scoot right across over Walrus and go after Efla. It's a natural 1.
Perfect.
He stabs himself
And
with
that's
a
a
poisoned
17.
sword.
So that one will hit. So first you
Unfortunate.
take 8.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Well, he still has to make this Constitution save, which he definitely just failed.
That's even worse.
And definitely has to take this much damage. Oof. Oof.
Ooh.
That was too close for comfort.
Oh.
That was too close for comfort right there. Oh my
mama.
god, if I had rolled 4 more, that would have been bad. Oof.
Okay,
but-
on the bad scale, how bad? Like no more me bad scale?
well, you would have. I mean, you could have been resurrected, but you.
Okay, so
Let's see who gets the headband.
You,
So no
technically
more-
speaking,
Here's the way it works. It works if people don't know. When you hit 0, it doesn't really matter how much damage you take. If you take damage, you're just losing a death save. But the problem is, if you take enough damage to be negative your max in one go, you immediately die. So the problem is, if you were at 0 and I rolled 31 or higher, you would have been dead. I rolled a 27. So it was a little close. A little too close for
Smidge.
comfort.
Smidgen.
But that was both of his
Okay.
attacks.
So we attack Efla.
He attacked
I would
Efla.
have my
Efla
other
went
reaction back,
unconscious.
which means
Yes,
I'm
you would
going
have had
to
your reaction,
sentinel attack
so
him
you
again.
can sentinel attack. Correct. I was about to tell you that right before your turn.
awesome. Good.
You do miss, but it is now your turn.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you. Did you want to use inspiration on your sentinel attack, or not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. It's a D6, right?
D6. That's enough. So do your sentinel attack one,
Yes.
and then it'll be your turn.
Fuck.
So 4 damage, which is still more than 0.
Yeah, it's more than 0 and not on my turn. Toll
so
the Dead.
Now it's your turn. Toll the Dead. He fails that.
Yes.
He doesn't have any kind of bonus for wisdom. So
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes!
Yeah.
he is looking rough. As you go and smack it with your mace right as he's attacking, and he's now getting frustrated at you. You see his little wax that he put under his ears fall out and hang around his neck. So you take the opportunity to immediately bang your shield, and he realizes right at the last second and goes to go clamp, but doesn't get the chance to, and you just see his ears start to bleed.
And as he looks up at me in anger, I just yell at him, "Where is the princess?"
He doesn't say a word. But you do that.
Over here, I'm
Toll the
hiding.
Dead. You told the dead. Athla succeeds his first death save. Walrus fails his first death save, so both of them are on one fail and one success. All doesn't matter. Artist.
Can I? No, I'm unconscious. I'm gonna spit blood on his shoes when I realize I'm unconscious.
The guy looks pretty damn hurt.
Well, I don't need to get in close, so I'm just gonna draw my bow. I've got a nice clear shot of his back. I'm gonna see if I can make a lasting impression.
That's funny.
Go ahead. Try to make your lasting impression.
Oh,
16
just
barely hits, yeah.
Oh man.
Roll your damage and your sneak attack. I think this will be enough. Yeah. Yeah. As you yell that, he starts to look up and starts to maybe even speak, or he kind of still looks a little cocky in his attitude. You just see, the tip of an arrow exiting where his ribs are, and he just looks down for a moment, and you see him just slowly turn and see Artis in the back, and then crack a little smile as he coughs up a little bit of blood and falls onto the ground, bleeding out.
This guy's smiling. It's creepy.
I left a lasting impression.
You did. As you rush to go, at least start using... What?
I start screaming at him, "Where is the princess?" while slamming my mace into him over and over and over again.
How many attacks do you make?
I just crush his face into a bloody pulp.
Oh,
roll
so
just roll damage for me.
Okay.
Watch this now be the time.
Roll one more damage for me. So he rolls 6 and 8. Okay, that would be enough. Yeah. Ethla and Walrus, on your main page down where your death saves are, there should be a way to roll death saves. I need you to both roll 2.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I've completely lost
No, you're
all
fine.
thought of any
That's
of you.
entirely fine. That's entirely fine. I just want to see what happens. So Luthgraw or Walrus both succeeded in both of his. Project, if you can roll yours. It's at the bottom. There's a little dice symbol.
Little
death
button.
saves.
Looks
Yeah,
like
I
a
think
weird
is this it?
thing.
Yep. You
Of
failed
course
your
I
second
failed.
roll.
Oh no.
Okay, bye guys.
You could.
Dibs
I
on
mean,
the headband.
I believe.
you have to roll. a
Spent all
second
my
one.
healing.
You got one more, dude.
Oh, I've got to do it again. Okay, here we go. Death time.
I believe.
You believe in a
I
thing
don't.
called love,
I believe.
Yep.
I didn't
Oh
believe
my
hard enough.
God.
I'm dead.
and that is something we will have to deal with next time.
Oh my
As-
god!
As Ethla bleeds out onto the
I
stone
have-
floor of this, as Goodbrand has a panic attack against the guy.
Yeah.
Let me just double check one last thing.
No, we have enough. We'd have
Okay,
enough money.
I
We'd have
will
enough.
Actually,
say-
you know what? I'm
I
gonna
will
give.
say that Artist could have. Artist
Artist
could have
has. I
tried
didn't
to-
realize Artist had a healing potion.
Yeah, so I was going to say, while he's screaming
Never
into
mind.
what's his face,
Then I will
I
count
was
the
gonna
first
go
death save, but
over
not the
and
second.
give
I didn't.
Ethla
I
my
thought
potion.
Goodbrand was the only one who had it left. So
No.
you're good. You would have had that. So just roll me 2d4, Artist, and you're not dead.
Well, he also
Gave you
could have
guys
used
a
a
heart
medicine
attack
check
for
to
a
try to
minute there.
stabilize too.
What?
He also could have used a medicine check to stabilize too.
He could have, but I don't think. So that's 2 1s plus 2 is 4. So he only heals 4. But that's enough to keep him alive. So that's perfectly fine. Oh, whoops, wrong number. Come on. That one is. There we go. As Ethla, you wake up after almost bleeding out because I didn't realize you had a potion. As you're kind of barely keeping your blood in, Walrus looks unconscious, but it looks like he's no longer deteriorating. As Olive has escaped and is starting to maybe find her equipment along the way, as Goodbrand is smashing this guy's skull open and finally gets the brains out after screaming. that is where we will end tonight's episode. Apologies for going a little bit long, but I wanted to finish this. And it turns out when you guys roll ones on damages a lot, it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
Um,
What the fuck?
I don't know.
That
There-
was
There has been battles where you guys have rolled extremely well, and there's battles that you don't. I don't know what to tell you
Yeah.
guys.
True. That is
Yeah.
true.
But
This one was painful.
yeah, this one was a little painful, but
It was
appreci-
good painful though because it was stressful. And
Oh,
that
it was
fun.
stressful. Good kind of stressful. Good kind of
Yeah,
stressful.
exactly.
It was a difficult.
Like we were
it was
just
a,
on the edge the whole
It was a difficult
time.
thing, being ambushed like that, and then yeah, dealing with your stuff. But I'm glad we're back. Hopefully, we can continue to do this a little bit more often than we have lately. But we're gonna be back no matter what. Hopefully, very soon. Glad people came in and watched. I saw a couple people in. We appreciate all you guys, even if you're lurking. And you can check these VODs back later here and on YouTube. I'm uploading them to YouTube as well. So just keep an eye on them and catch up if you'd like. Other than that, just wish you guys good luck and hopefully no one dies next time.
Yeah.
No one died this time.
Well, true.
Bye,
True.
everybody.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Okay.